Yo,
What's up?
was cracking.
Episode
101.
101. We made it. If you took the over, you made your bet. You made some money.
If you took a
Took the
parlay.
over on the episodes.
Yeah,
Uh,
if you
no
took the
Womack.
parlay,
No
yeah,
Womack.
no Walmack 101 on episode 101. All right, so yeah, take
The
the
under on Womack appearances.
appearance on 101, but over 100 episodes, you hit a parlay.
You hit the parlay.
Definitely. Yeah, you hit.
Yeah. So man, there's been a couple things going on. We weren't even going to come on this week, but we decided to make it happen. Jump on for a little while. Probably keep it a short episode, but yeah, so it's not a Womack's fault. It was last minute. We just decided to come on real quick. I was at the
Walmack's
gym. I
fine.
was like, "Fuck it, let's go on." And
Yeah,
Womack, didn't respond, but it's all good.
yeah. Once you
He's
hit that,
probably uh, he's probably on Twitter arguing about Jimmy.
yeah,
He's got beef with TED Talks Ball. He got beef with him on
beefing with
Twitter.
everybody.
They're blocking each other over
Yeah,
Trey Lance versus Jimmy versus Brock versus Sam Darnold versus Brian Allen versus every other quarterback. The Niners quarterback is like a multiverse of madness, like hella Loki variants, beefing with each other, arguing,
yeah.
funking. The Niner Twitter is a mess. Motherfuckers beefing left and right, arguments left and right. Who's the best quarterback? Brock this, Trey that, Jimmy this, Jimmy's hurt. Man, it's been a wild ride on Twitter. And I never used to mess with Twitter. I've been going on there a lot more now, but should be wild on there.
It'd be
This
wild
is
sometimes. It'd
the
be
wild,
wild.
wild west. Hella
Shit,
funk
sometimes you
season.
see like, what the fuck?
But yeah, episode 101. Let's get it popping. Let's get straight to it. The big news today was we got our Warriors colors today for
Mm-hmm.
Bob Myers is gone. The writing was on the wall for this one. We kind of seen this coming.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Not surprised at all.
did you watch the press conference? I only seen bits and pieces
Nah,
of it. I heard
I
I
just
heard
heard.
samples on. I was listening to 95.7. They were playing like little snippets of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Just heard a couple. Like you said, just heard a couple here and there in the radio. I haven't really seen much on TV. It's been everything on the radio. But yeah, I mean, the reason, he pretty much laid out that, I'm saying that he wasn't feeling anymore, that, he didn't have that full effort um, to do the job. Um, but a lot of, but it was already
I
kind
think
of
this is Little
expected.
Rich. We'll get to you later, Little Rich. We're talking Warriors right now. Talking Dubs.
Little rich. But yeah, I'm not surprised, but we were hearing that they were, early before, I mean, before the maybe midway the season, that potentially Bob Myers doesn't come back. It was a little rumor that he was going to go to Chicago, but now it just, I guess he's stating that, he doesn't feel it anymore. And another thing is, also is maybe he doesn't want to be around, and he knows that everything's about to, be dismantled. You know, players
I
probably
can
being traded
I
or
can see maybe
just
Draymond
leaving, and
getting maybe Draymond
yeah,
bouncing.
yeah, and then maybe he just doesn't want to be part of that anymore. So he's like, you know what, I'm out before they blow up the whole shit up. So um sucks that he's gone, but I have faith in Lake Up. He's gonna find somebody. There's a little rumors already saying that he might have his one of his sons, or maybe Dunleavy. Um, and I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not really
Is
feeling
it
it.
Kirk Lakeup? Kirk Lakeup, I think.
Yeah, Kirk. There you go. Yeah, his son.
Another Kirk.
I'm
One
not.
of these Kirk cousins. Kirk, Captain Kirk.
Yeah, I'm
Kirk
not really
Lakeup.
feeling that. It would be nice if they did, interviewed a couple of candidates, and just, I mean, I have no idea who's out there. But definitely want to hear some names pop up and just go from there. But
I
it's gonna
think
be
it's
a
gonna be like
long
you
ass
said. It's
season.
gonna be like in house. It's gonna be Dunleavy
Oh, yeah.
or
Probably.
both.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised
Dunleavy's
if it does.
Dunleavy sucks.
Yeah, I'm not big on these guys. Dunleavy and his son. I heard,
Never liked
there's
him as a player.
questionable draft
Hated
pick.
that pick.
Um,
Hated that pick. Dunleavy.
I yeah, Dunleavy didn't, didn't pan
That was
out.
when we were drafting Bust, Dunleavy, Ike
Mhm.
Diagu,
Troy
Patrick
Murphy.
O'Brien, Troy Murphy. Troy Murphy was the best out of those dudes,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
Patrick O'Brien instead of Kobe. Just all kinds of stupid shit back then.
yeah. But I mean, most likely, maybe the only person that is safe
Todd Fuller, remember
is
Todd Fuller? He
Todd
was
Fuller's
super
another one.
bum.
Oh, a bunch of yeah. The only player I think that's really safe that for sure is going to stay is Steph. There's potentially we can see Clay leaving or getting traded. I mean, something's going down. I'm pretty sure something's gonna go down, and I'm pretty sure that's the
Yee, what's
reason.
up, Danny?
What's up, Danny? I'm pretty. I mean, that's what I believe. I mean, Bob Myers like, you know what? I'm out. I don't want to be part of this no more, and just dipped.
Ike Yago was fucking weak. That was another bust ass pick.
I think that was Chris Mullin. I think he was the
Yeah,
GM. I think he
that
was
was
the
a
GM.
terrible pick. Let me
Yeah.
see who could have gotten that draft. I remember. I know I wanted somebody. I forget who it was. Ike Diagu draft. What year was that? That was like 2001 or some shit.
Probably
2003.
2000 early years, early
They're
years.
like, oh, 2005. Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
and I'm pretty
So
sure
let me
that was
look
a
at let
Chris.
me look at 2005 NFL NBA draft.
And I'm pretty sure that's a Chris Mullin pick. 'Cause I think that's when he was GM.
So we took Itiago at 9. Shit, we could have got Bynum at 10. I remember we wanted
Bynum
Bynum
was
too.
cool.
For
Bynum was
us,
cool.
he would have been good
Yeah,
for us. I mean, he got hurt. That's what fucked him up.
yeah, he got
But he
hurt.
was solid. He was way better than Ike Diago. I'll tell you that
Oh
shit.
yeah, 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 yeah. But
For
yeah, shout out
sure.
to Bob Myers. You know, two-time NBA Executive of the Year.
Danny
And of
Granger at
course,
17 would have been nice too.
four-time NBA champion. So
Little Nate Robinson at 21. Damn, that's a decent draft actually.
it was all right.
David Lee, is that David
David Lee was
Lee?
cool.
He went to the
The David
Knicks
Lee.
in that year, 30th pick in the draft.
Yeah, David Lee
So,
was. Yeah, he was a
so we
Nick.
could have got him. Yeah, whatever. Monte Ellis, we got in the second round. I didn't even trip on that. I forgot about that.
Damn, Monte was a second round pick, huh? Damn.
40th overall pick. It looks like, and that's pretty much it for that draft. But yeah,
But yeah, I mean, Bob Myers was cool. I know. He was.
what's up, Smitty?
Yo,
Yeah,
yo, what's
you
up?
called it. You called Lakers a 6, but where your Lakers at now?
They're in Cancun with Tatum and Jalen Brown
And Steph and Clay.
and Steph and Clay and Draymond.
Andres Bedrins, he wasn't really a bust though. I mean, he contributed a little bit. He get some double doubles and shit like that. He just couldn't shoot free throws for shit.
Yeah.
He couldn't shoot at all for shit, but he would like he get some nice little putbacks, get some rebounds.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I remember he was decent. I mean, he wasn't nothing to write home about, but yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't that pick. I remember yeah, those picks were just terrible. A lot of our picks back then, man.
We just couldn't
Terrible. Let me
draft.
see.
And I mean, it was
Hitchens.
just. I mean, but it had to do also with the front office. It was just. We
Damn, his
were
totals was 6 and 7. Wow.
what 6 points
Yeah, he
and
was pretty
rebounds.
weak. Yeah,
Because
career average.
you got hurt
I know
too.
there was a couple years he was getting a little double doubles though.
Yeah, he got
I
hurt.
remember. I think it was our
Couldn't.
We Believe year, wasn't it? He was
Yeah,
kind
and he
of
couldn't.
doing all
Yeah,
right.
he couldn't stay in the lineup a lot. He was getting hurt, and then that's when we ended up, getting like bigger men like Eric Dampier. Oh man, we just got a bunch of yeah. The front office was slight weight. It was just we were just happy to make that first playoff run in
Smitty,
years.
let me ask you a question. What do you think about LeBron? What do you think about his future? You think he's going to stick around in LA, or you think he's going to retool the team, or you think he's going to dip out?
He's probably what LeBron's doing right now. It's probably calling Draymond see if he can hop on with the Warriors. Wouldn't be surprised.
I don't want LeBron. I'm good. It doesn't address any of our needs.
Somebody could take the drive in.
Udo, yeah, that was another weak ass pick.
Oh, I think no. I think that was a Chris Mullin pick.
So Bob Myers. While we wait for Smitty's response, Bob Myers. What is your overall thoughts on his production? We were talking about it in group chat earlier this morning. Larry Riley is the one who really made those picks for Stephen Clay. Um, and Drake, he had a lot of influence. So I don't know. Oh shit, Ronnie Terry, I forgot about him. Danny, it's another
Right.
one.
Now we got him from the Lakers, I think. I don't
Yeah,
think
we
we
did get him
drafted him.
from.
Yeah, I don't think we
I
drafted
don't
him. We
think we
probably,
drafted him.
yeah, we would make some weak
He was on
ass
the Lakers.
trades or some weak ass free agent signings.
Smitty wants LeBron to stay and AD gone. Corey McGetty, we didn't draft him either. Those were all just like dudes we picked.
They were free agents that we were getting. I mean,
Uh,
they were cool. They were cool. Just that we couldn't no defense. It was,
Bimbo Coles,
yeah.
fucking.
John Nelson was, he was a cool coach, but just no defense. And just be getting hella mad with players, hella beefing. That's why Chris Webber bounced. You just couldn't keep talent.
So
Uh,
so you think so like when you look at Bob Myers drafting, I know the last few years they haven't had high picks anyway, but nobody really comes to mind except for Jordan Poole. I guess Looney. You can give him credit for Looney.
oh, I mean, well, I would say the reason is because we were ended up getting high draft picks. I mean,
Yeah, I mean
late
low. That's
round.
what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, low draft picks. But I mean, he was the one that could say that. Yeah, he didn't draft Steph. He didn't draft um Clay, but I think he was part of the scouting team or something. He was part of this. I think he was already with the Warriors. I'm not sure
He
exactly in
was in
what
there
position.
somewhere, but Larry
Yeah,
Riley was the one who
Larry
was
Riley was, yeah.
heavy on Steph and Clay, I believe.
Yeah. So I would say Bob Myers came and, got all those pieces and pretty much put it all together because, Bob Myers is the one that hired Steve Kerr. He ended up, getting you Iguodala, Livingston, for that first runs. Um,
Yeah, I mean he made some good
yeah,
free agent acquisitions, but I wouldn't say he drafting was his
the draft. I mean,
expertise because he had
yeah.
some
I mean, he
Patrick
draft.
McCaw, Jordan Bell, that one year Jepson, that couple years
Pascal,
ago,
yeah,
Pascal.
Pascal. Um,
But he did have Jordan Poole. He did have Looney. Um,
he drafted Draymond,
but
right?
then you look at the recent picks he got. They didn't contribute nothing
Harrison
really.
Barnes, I think too.
That was Larry Riley too, I
Loon,
think.
Looney, drafted Looney.
But the recent picks, he didn't. They didn't really come in and
Yeah, but
fortify the team.
I mean,
Like there was
as
better picks out there that we could have made
yeah, I mean,
that
it's
would have
tough
been
in the
contributed.
NBA
That would have
because
contributed more.
yeah, but
It
remember,
seemed like I don't know who. I don't know who was at the. I don't know whose call that was. Was it Lacob? Was it Kerr?
Kirk,
Was it
yeah,
Myers to go and get these young, more project type of dudes, like
yeah,
project players that are going to
like
be
Smiley
like
Jicks,
take a
whatever.
while.
Yeah,
Smileagich was another one.
I think that was
Jepson.
yeah,
What was that other cat?
Nico
Nico
Mannion.
Mannion.
Yeah, these are
Yeah. So
yeah. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's one of those picks like he's like shit. If this pick works out, fuck, I look like a genius. If not, then we already know if these guys were in the second round. They're
but
just
Wiseman
projects.
too. So that's what I'm saying. Like when he had them high picks, he didn't really
Yeah,
produce.
yeah.
Moody was probably the most solid of them all.
I say
Least
Kuminga,
he
Wiseman.
hasn't produced
It's
though.
just that with these draft picks, though
Kaminga got the most
Wiseman.
potential, but he hasn't produced like that.
Yeah, but once again, it's one of these are the situations where the draft picks land. I mean, the Warriors just don't have time to develop rookies projects.
But that's what I'm
Rob,
saying. So
but
he kind of messed up by not getting more ready guys. He knew
mhm.
that Kaminga was going to be a project. He knew Wiseman was going to be a project. He barely played any games in
Yeah,
college,
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
and he
yeah.
knew Moody. Well, Moody was what 2 years? He played 2 years, I think.
I'm not sure.
He's pretty
Maybe.
young still.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Al Harrington was nice.
Harrington. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Um, one of them is bouncing. One for sure is leaving. Draymond or Poole. I would say most likely it's Poole that's going to be dealt with.
If we can find a partner, I don't know.
And yeah, but I say Bob Myers. I give him props for Bob Myers. He got he.
I mean, I think he did. He had a great base. If you got Steph and Clay,
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
Steph runs the whole offense. Steph
Yeah.
runs the whole team, basically.
Yes.
So I mean, he did have that head start. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like Kerr, how much of it is Kerr's coaching? How much of it is is just the greatness of Stephen
Mhm.
Clay.
But I would say
You don't know. It's a
he
little bit of
got you
everything. It's
those.
organization, I guess.
Yeah, it was one of those like he got you those players that you needed, like those free agencies. I mean, free agents like he got you that Otto Porter last year. He went, and got
That was nice. Gary Payton.
Gary Payton. You know what I'm saying? The year before that, remember we had David West. He went, he
Zaza.
knew exactly Zaza. So he got you these players like you could easily plug in and they're ready. It just when it came to the draft picks, these high draft picks, it just didn't work out. So
I mean, we're gonna
I give
find
him
out real
props
quick
though.
too. We're gonna find out real quick if that was Kerr, if that was Lakeup, if that was Bob Myers. Depending on how they do
Hmm.
this offseason, we're gonna see we're gonna get a real picture of what's really going down. Uh,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how we draft. If we trade the draft pick for a player, I doubt we would get anything. We'd have to package it, but
Oh yeah.
what we do with our future picks. I personally think they should just go all in. Give these guys a shot to win right now. Steph
Hmm.
and Clay don't have much time left. Maybe 3 years each max. I'd say Steph can play longer than Clay at a higher level. Clay's already
Yeah.
showing signs of getting older. I mean, all those
Yeah.
injuries, that ain't his fault. He
Yeah.
had some of the fucking nastiest injuries: Achilles, ACL.
Yeah. Worse luck. Yeah. Back
So
to
I
back.
mean, I say sell out, and I thought we should have done that this year before the season. I said sell out and just go get another vet for these guys to help them out. They chose not to, and I think it cost us. Bob Myers talked. I heard a little bit today. He was talking about fans complaining about him not going to get a big man. He says it's harder than it seems. Basically, was what he was quoted. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. It's harder than it
Hmm.
seems, harder than it looks. If it was that easy, it would be we would have
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah.
Um, he says, despite what you guys think, we like big men, but I don't know. I don't know if they do because when you look at it, I mean, honestly, we probably should have just kept Wiseman. I mean, we are going to save money,
Hmm.
but at the same time, who would have helped more against the Lakers? GP2 or Wiseman? I think Wiseman probably would have been able to help more if you gave him minutes. I mean, maybe he'd be able to contribute a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help that GP2 is sick and hurt and everything too. So I mean, that
And
kind
then
of
Wiggins got
muddies
hurt
up
with
the
his
water.
ribs
Yeah, and Wiggins got
late.
hurt.
Late.
Trading
That's true.
monster,
Trade. They
yeah.
traded, but yeah.
And
I
I ain't gonna
remember I
front.
was pissed
I
when they
didn't even
traded
like
him.
the stuff. I didn't
I
even
was.
like the Steph pick.
I did not like. I
I was
didn't.
hating. I was like, he's too
With the step pick, I
small.
mean, because he was getting sick. He was sick. He got sick with the March Madness tournament where he was drop like I forgot what game, but I
I
think
was
like
hating early on.
30,
I
40.
can't front. I was
I thought he was
mad. He was
sick.
getting injured all the time. He
Yeah,
was
you
all
could
his
tell that he
ankles were
was.
always
Yeah,
fucked up.
yeah.
I
He
thought
looked
we had
hella
drafted like a
young.
Penny Hardaway. Like he's always gonna be hurt. He's never gonna
He looked hella
blossom.
young. Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
I wanted to trade him for Stoudemire at one point when the Suns. I think he was on the Suns. He was still pretty
Mm-hmm.
good back then, and they were talking about trading for Stoudemire, keeping Ellis and everybody. But shit,
Mm-hmm.
I would have been fired. Shit, if I was GM, because that would have been super lemon.
Nah, I mean that's when Jacob came out, came took over the team, and he got booed at the Oracle. I forgot what the night was, and because because
But
finally we had
but
drafted somebody
but
that looked really potentially good.
we were considering trading stuff a few times though, so it wasn't just
I
me.
remember there were some rumors here and there.
Yeah, 2 years to get back to normal. I don't know, but with his age, Danny, I don't know. This
Yeah,
is the first time Clay didn't show up in a big game for us, really, like in a clutch game, in a clutch
I mean Clay.
opportunity.
Remember this season, Clay broke the most 3-pointers in a season. So I mean, he still has that shot. It's just like I mean, he's most likely he's going to go to that role, like will Ray Allen, maybe potentially come out of the bench. I mean, time will tell.
Man,
I
we
mean,
we, we
but
used to get fleeced back then with the trades. We
oh
we
yeah,
couldn't get a good trade. We traded
traded Jay Rich.
Sprewell. We traded Weber for Gugliotta.
Well, you had to trade Spreewook after you choked the coach. So
You should have just traded the coach. Fuck. I hated Carlos Samo. He looked like a fucking therapist, like sitting there like, "Oh, how are you feeling about this?" Like some fucking psychiatrist or some shit. I feel you, Spree. You should have choked his ass. And then Spree went and took the Knicks to the finals. I mean, they lost. They got ran by the Spurs, but He did take him to the finals. Spree was a beast, man.
I like Spree.
Spree was athletic
Spree
as
was
fuck.
sick.
He used to rip.
Threes. He had them threes. Spree for three.
Little Rich wanted Stoudemire at the Warriors at the time as well. Morris Stoudemire was the Donald Foyle. Hey, Foyle at least could like block shots and shit. Shit, we would welcome him on this roster.
Hmm.
We got no shot blockers. Nah, none at all. You could drive to the rim and that shit parts like the Red Seas. Ain't no kind of contention. It's just dunk, layup. I mean, that's what killed us in the Lakers. LeBron and AD just attacking the rim. We had no
Oh,
fucking answer. No fucking answer.
and I think that's what the Warriors lacked in this playoff run. Just couldn't
Yeah.
attack the rim. So
No big man. He alluded to it. He
yeah,
said, I guess they tried to
it's
get a big
tough.
man. I don't think they tried hard enough because I feel like you could have packaged together some guys and made a runner like Miles Turner or something. You could have thrown Looney in there because Looney,
Yeah,
while
you
he's a
needed
great
to.
rebounder, he's not going to do nothing for you offensively but turn over the ball a lot, miss a lot of wide open putbacks, bad passes. He's not going to block many shots at all. So, I mean, he's a role player. You need an actual center who can do a little bit of everything, a well rounded center, or at least somebody who can complement it and be a scorer, shot blocker, which, is kind of hard to come by. But I just felt
Hmm.
like maybe you could have packaged Looney in there, but I don't know. Miles Turner would have been a nice fit for us, I think. But maybe we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We have no inside access to any of
I mean,
that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
it could have been already. What's his name? One of the Lakers' son not agreeing with Bob Myers' moves, and maybe he saw that also. It's time for them to run the show. So I mean, there's a lot
Do
of
you think
things.
it was anything to do with the Lacob and Myers like beefing, or just a different philosophy, or you think
I
you take Bob Myers and trusting him that he just wants time with his family, like one of the reasons
I think he
behind
said it's yeah he stated something too that he has his daughters. I believe they're teenagers now. I mean, it could be that. There's a lot of be a lot of things, but I don't see like there was some
maybe troubles with the wifey or some
trouble.
shit.
Yeah, I don't see it like there's anything like
She
that was
might have
gonna
gave
get.
him the Tom Brady ultimatum.
Yeah,
It's mere
yeah,
basketball.
yeah. But I mean, I give him props. He'll go down as one of uh
Architects.
GMs.
Or
Yeah, the whole it is a dynasty. I mean, I mean, I don't know if you were peeping Twitter too when once Bob Myers announced. A lot of fans from other teams were like, "End of the dynasty." Oh, LeBron broke them. You hear all this shit, all these tweets, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it's funny." But I mean, yeah, we have a dynasty, but yet we potentially, I can still see there could be a run. I
I say we
mean,
need to get
this,
one more. We need to get one more ring. We need to just sell out and make it happen.
yeah.
Get
I
that
mean,
one
I
ring.
wouldn't be surprised if we do see some moves that maybe not expected as like Bob moves that Bob Myers would have done, but I wouldn't be surprised if some shit be like might have us scratching our heads, or you're like, oh shit. I mean, they're going for it. They know this is it. It could be a lot of things, but
Yeah, it could be like you mentioned earlier. It could be that maybe he was too stubborn. He didn't want to trade
mhm.
Clay or Dre,
Yeah,
and
I think
Lacob was like, "We got to move. We got to
yeah,
make a move to get a win."
yeah. I
It
think he
could
just
be.
got
It
it.
could be that.
Yeah, he was really probably really attached to these players. The core. You know, not only and also with Kerr, part of things. If they don't start winning, I mean, he's not. He probably's thinking like, I don't want to be the one that has to fire Kerr. I'm
Let's
out.
do some open mic. If anybody wants to hop on and get in on this, go ahead. I'll post a StreamYard. Just make sure you got good audio and sound and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Open mic. Open mic. Just click
Yeah,
the
but
link. You
yeah.
can fill Womack's spot. We're having auditions for Womack's spot. Bob Myers and Womack gone on the same
Yeah.
day.
If you want to be the
It's a new
GM
era.
manager,
It's a
if you
new
want to be a
gold dirty
GM
bastard.
for Go Dirty Bastards podcast, come through.
Womack has stepped down as well.
We don't know what
Uh,
Womack is.
his reasoning is he needs more time to focus on defending Jimmy G on Twitter timeline. So right now he's probably making excuses of why Jimmy didn't disclose his injury
Or
to the
past his
Raiders.
physical. That's his part. Yeah,
Yeah,
got more.
by helping Jimmy pass his physical, giving him some foot massages and deer antler spray on his feet and some other
Yeah,
weird shit. So yeah, that's where Womack probably is right now. You know.
Probably giving him a medi petty right now. Make sure he's
Yeah.
all
This
good.
dude said Jimmy G and Purdy are better than Josh Allen. He tried to walk it back after, but that's what he
Who
said.
said this? Womack?
Womack, and yeah, on group chat, one of the group chats. Then he tried to walk back. He's
Womack's
no, I said the skill
drunk.
set. I said the skill set. And then he like kind of doubled down. And was like, yeah, but Josh Allen hasn't gone to the conference finals. I'm like, bro, if you put Josh Johnson, Josh Allen on this roster, we're winning the Super Bowl, easy, easy. Like you cannot compare that. That's what gets me with this Purdy shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did a great job filling in. Let's not mistake that. But I mean, we'll get to that all in a minute. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But yeah, Womack is somewhere defending the honor of Jimmy G being a white knight. Um, Probably putting some letters of recommendation back to the Raiders to keep him on the roster. Don't get rid of him over this little hiccup in the future of Jimmy G. Trade Clay Poole for Giannis and Bobby. Oh shit, I would.
Nobody.
I would even throw
Nah.
Kaminga. I would throw Kaminga.
That's
So I would offer.
way.
I don't know, like salary wise. I know you got to NBA's weird. You got to make the
I don't
salaries
think that
match.
trade goes down. No way.
I would throw in Kaminga. I would even throw in Wiggins. Well, I don't know. I don't know with Clay. I'd
That's
probably
not
sub out
enough.
Clay for Wiggins. I would do Wiggins, Poole, Kaminga, and two firsts personally. And if that matches up salary wise or tweak it a little bit somewhere to make it work. But I think there's something you can get. Bobby Portis would be nice. He's a nice role player,
I
a
was
nice
hoping the Warriors to
defensive.
pick him up too. I remember, yeah, because he's rebounder, uh, forcing the paint, rim protector.
Smitty says Purdy is that guy. I'm not convinced yet. I think he did a great job as a fill-in, but we all know it's different. Once look at Jordan Poole when he filled in last year, he looked like fucking. He looked like the next Steph Curry, right? Everybody was popping that shit except for
I
me.
want
I
to say
wasn't
it's the
popping that
next
shit.
step, Curry, but
I mean,
decent
motherfuckers was saying he's gonna fill in. A lot of motherfuckers was
offensive.
saying he's gonna
I was
fill in for Steph Curry when he
I would
retires. He's gonna
say
be
he's offensive. I mean, he give you points.
nah, but that's
I'll
not
say
what a lot
that.
of
I would
motherfuckers.
say
A
that.
lot of people were saying he's gonna
Well,
take
not
over
here. I'll tell you
Steph.
that right.
He's
I'll tell you
gonna
that.
he's
Not
gonna
here.
take over for the Steph. He's gonna be leading the squad. Purdy can be better skill set. Well, let's just go to the Niners. I mean, we always end up there anyway. So yeah, we're done with the Warriors pretty much anyway. I think we got it. Any other points you want to make on the Warriors before we move on? I think we kind of mentioned
Got to
everything.
give Bob Myers props. Brought KD
Yeah,
too.
props to Myers.
Got your
Yeah, but I
KD.
mean, if KD fell
Got
in
your
his lap,
KD.
anybody was going to take KD. So
Yeah, that's
I
true.
will push back on that slightly, but I mean, he
He
did do
made
his
it. He
thing.
made
Like
it happen. He made it work. He made it happen though.
you mentioned, the good pickups, Livingston, Iguodala,
Oh yeah,
early
yeah.
on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Towards the end, I don't
That
know. I
Livingston
feel like
pickup
we kind of
was huge. That was huge. I mean, because these guys
David
were a dollar too.
David, what the hell's his name?
David West
David West. There you
was
go. That was another
huge.
one.
He was sick too.
And then SEC Speed. Little Rich, are you officially in the SEC? Have you moved out there already? Or
Like
are you just on the basketball SEC or the football SEC? Though coming in and two first, I guess. Yeah. Jordan Poole don't have the same maturity as Purdy. No, that's true. I mean, I can't push back on that. Poole is a Ice Spice tricking off with Ice Spice. Bobby Portis like blue collar city teams, Milwaukee, Oakland SF. Yeah, Bobby Portis likes money too. Let's be honest.
they
SEC
want to
Speed.
get paid, Little Rich. All right,
Bobby
they want to
Portis
get
likes to
paid.
win too. I'm sure he wants to play with
Trying
Steph.
to get some
You give him the
rings out here.
opportunity to play with Steph, and you say Giannis is coming with you. He's not going to say, "I want to stay in Milwaukee with the weak ass Bucks." And Jordan Poole running the franchise. He's like, "I'm fucking out of here." On the first plane out of Milwaukee, red eye. He's throwing away his fucking Bucks jersey in the trash. Quick
Mm-hmm.
status. Let's see here. Let's remind everybody if it's your first time tuning in to the Gold Dirty Bastards, we talk a little bit of everything here. Keep it authentic. It's just us talking. We're not no experts or none of this and that.
Yep.
We don't toot our own horn too much, but we do know I feel like we know our shit for some fans. And it's
Yeah.
just like, laid back, chill environment, talking shit to each other, fucking around, talking sports, movies, streaming shows, Marvel,
Boxing, boxing,
boxing, a little bit of
boxing.
MMA here and there,
Yeah.
hoops, NFL, Niners, Warriors, no
Some
Raider
he
talk
got there.
ever.
Some little giants will bring
Some Giants here and
some
there.
giants here and there too.
But Leo's the
Got
Giant guy. I don't follow baseball that much, so I'm not betting on it this year, so I'm not too into it. But give a like and subscribe, like it says down below, and also click the bell for notifications so you know when we're coming on, because we do
Yeah.
come on sporadically. We got a schedule, so you know we
Don't
try to
forget
do
to
our
subscribe.
best.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe to all of our social media as well. We got Twitter, we even got Discord. We got
Discord channel was popping today.
yeah, Discord was popping. We had some shit. Hold on, little Rich. Let me get rid of Bob Myers is gone. All right, let's get rid of that for a minute.
Bob Myers is gone.
What else does he say? Football, SEC, women's basketball, shirt,
Shit, all
all
sports
sports,
family.
lacrosse. Come on, bro. Fuck lacrosse.
We know Little Rich is an
We don't talk. We don't
SEC for
talk
the
lacrosse on
ladies.
this
We
show.
all know that. We know why you're up there, Little Rich. You're just there for the ladies.
Trying to get some Southern comfort.
Yeah, we know you, Little Rich.
You moving there in August? All right. Well,
Got to give you some
good luck, man.
GDB stickers you can slap them out there, Little
Yeah,
Rich.
yeah, for sure. We'll get you some stickers. You can throw them up around there.
I might even throw you a T-shirt.
Yeah, maybe a T-shirt. Maybe a Shit, we probably got some leftover fucking COVID masks. You wear that shit out there, they're gonna ride on you like, get the fuck out of here. Go back to California, you little bitch.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Don't do that shit out there, Low Rich.
Yeah, don't do it, Little Rich. Yeah, don't do it.
Football. Oh, you already said that, Low Rich. Come on, relax.
I know you're there for the baddies. I know that, Little Rich. All right. I know what you're doing. I know your tricks, Little Rich.
So let's talk a little Niners. We always end up here anyway, but we're not gonna do too much tonight. We're trying to keep this a little short,
Yeah.
just a little mini
Oh yeah,
episode.
that's definitely happening with the no Womack here. We're definitely not going over an hour because of Jimmy G and
Yeah, we don't have a Jimmy G representative.
yeah.
We don't have Womack acting like She-Hulk this week. Daredevil. He's not going to be representing Jimmy. Night Court type hypes. Fucking Law and Order. GDBZ. Goddamn typos. Goddamn typos.
Damn it, Little Rich. We catch your drift, Little Rich. We know why you're out there. We already know. You're there for the baddies.
Yeah, you should just go to Florida State. Fuck it. I fuck with Bobby Bowden and them back in the day. Deion Sanders, William Floyd. Who else is the SEC guy? Peter Warwick. I mean, Florida State had some dogs. They had some salves back in the day, football players wise. I don't know about hoops. They only started getting hoops recently.
Florida was
good at
pretty.
hoops.
They were pretty good.
Florida was good.
Yeah.
I know we got some more Florida State guys out there. They were sick in the 80s, 90s. They were raw. All right, so Smitty, you were talking about Purdy, and I agree that he played very well when he came in. But I will push back with this. He had the most talent out of any quarterback in the league. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Top 3 defense. Were we number 1 overall?
I think top 3, top 4 sometimes for defense, right?
Yeah, for defense.
Yeah.
So I mean,
We're top.
what other quarterback? I know he's a rookie, but he's a mature rookie. He's a 4-year guy. He's kind of like a Mac Jones. You already knew he was coming in, pretty much NFL ready, plug and play. But the ceiling, I think, is kind of limited personally. But I don't think there's no other quarterback you can name that has as much talent around him. The only close one I would say would be Joe Burrow, but he's missing a Pro Bowl tight end in Kittle, because they have the two. They have Chase and T Higgins on the outside, Tyler Boyd, Mixon. But I would say we have more, because you have Kittle. You got Pro Bowlers at all 3 levels: receiver, tight end, even offensive line, and then you add in Christian McCaffrey. I would say he's better than Mixon overall, because he's a much better receiver, much more dynamic.
Hmm.
Mixon's a little bit better short yardage. You could truck a little harder, but
Top five running back though. I would say Mixon at least top
Mixon
five.
top 5? I would say top 10.
Top top
Man, let's
10
look,
maybe.
let's look real
Eh.
quick. Well, let's look. I want to see. That's a good point, Leo.
Let me
Let's look up
see.
best NFL running backs here.
You,
See if
I
I can
would
put it on the
go.
split. The show runs a little smooth when Womack's not around. I gotta
I
say.
would say okay. I think he was couple. I think he was hurt a couple of weeks. Damn. Honestly, I think I'm going by fantasy
Yeah, you're going by
fantasy
fantasy.
fantasy league points. I would say. Uh,
Okay,
eh,
so let me
for
list
sure
what they
top
have here.
10.
McCaffrey, they got number 1. This is on NFL.com, and this is the running back index ranking all 75 starter running backs from 2022 NFL season.
Hmm.
Hold on, look. Let me see if I can post it on the. Let me see if I could show it on share screen. Can you see it?
Nah, I don't see anything yet.
You don't see shit.
Nothing's popped. Nah.
Oh,
Oh,
there
there
you
you
go.
go.
What
Oh,
is this
got somebody
bullshit on?
dancing. Lexus. How are you doing, Lexus?
So there we go. Christian
McCaffrey, number
McCaffrey. All
one.
these fucking pop ups.
Oh, I hate that
Yeah,
shit.
Lexus. Come on, man. How do I get out of this shit? Anyway, we'll just ignore it. McCaffrey, Austin
Number
Eckler. I would say, yeah, I would
number
take
two,
Austin
huh?
Eckler
Oh
over
wow. All right.
Mixon. Josh Jacobs
Let's
last year
take
had
up
a beast year. I would take him over Mixon. Henry
Saquon,
kind
Derrick
of had a little bit of
Henry,
off year, didn't he?
Saquon.
Oh yeah,
He was hurt.
1,500. No, he didn't have
Oh
off year.
yeah, Nick
He didn't have
Chubb. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah.
Nick
Top, yeah,
Chubb.
top 10.
Saquon had a
Six,
monster
six.
year. What is all this bullshit,
Dalvin
man?
Cook.
Dalvin,
I heard you might
Aaron
let
Jones.
get might let go.
I don't know. Yeah, I might take Mixon over these two.
Mm. Oh, Sanders. Oh shit, he's down there. Okay, Tony Pollard.
Pollard.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I think this is
Number
based off of stats.
two.
Like I think over looking at overall career. Oh, Kenneth Walker, I'd probably take over him. Yeah, so I would have Nixon probably around
16.
10,
All
11.
right, yeah, yeah.
I'd
Okay,
probably
okay.
I'd move him up. I'd move him up to around maybe
I
9,
was
10,
more on
11.
the fantasy league type of ranking, but yeah, and still, um, yeah, yeah, like you stated, yeah. Cincinnati is the closer when it comes to offensive. I would say, yeah.
Yeah, because anybody else doesn't have. I mean, Kirk Cousins had Cook, Dalvin Cook, and Justin Jefferson, but they didn't have really a second receiver that was like balling out.
Hmm.
And tight ends, they were
Buffalo kind
okay.
somewhat lightweight too, so I would throw that.
They did get Hawkinson at the end of the year, Minnesota.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
they kind of have similar.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, they got the most explosive wide receiver in Justin Jefferson.
And they
But
got
I
the
would
other.
say overall, we got a better O line. We got
Yeah.
better running backs. We got 2 solid running backs with McCaffrey, Elijah, and even Jordan Mason. And
Hmm.
then you got Ayuk, Debo, Kittle. I mean, that's loaded. That's loaded. Not knocking. I'm not saying Brock Purdy didn't do his thing.
Hmm.
He did show some composure, but I mean, if you look at his stats, really too, I know they were better than Jimmy's. But let me pull up his stats real quick just so I can show what I'm talking about. He wasn't hitting like 300 yards every game like that. It was more like 250, 220, 260 points. They
Yeah,
were putting up more points, but I think some of that coincides with Christian McCaffrey coming to the roster too. So, I mean, it's
that was
difficult to
huge.
judge
Yeah.
Purdy so early on because the coordinators have not had a chance to see what he does good, what he doesn't do that good. Now that they have 8 full weeks of him and an off season to study his tendencies, I think Purdy could come back down to earth a little bit. But I will
We'll see.
say,
We'll see.
I think he has a chance. I'm not gonna say he's a bust or anything like he's gonna totally fall off.
Hmm.
I think he got enough talent around where he could produce. But I just don't know. It's like, what do you want to go with? Do you want to go with the potential of Trey, or do you want to go with Brock, but with the limited ceiling? He can't make all the throws that Trey can make. He does a lot of the stuff. A lot of the stuff that Brock does, Trey can close that gap with experience. I don't know if he'll
Hmm.
be as good as that, but he can kind of close that gap a little bit. You know what I mean? Like his play
Hmm.
recognition is going to get better. His processing time is going to get better with reps. You give him a full Trey has never even had back-to-back games, right?
Yeah,
His
yeah, yeah.
three starts, there was like so the first one was Arizona, and then he didn't play until Houston, and that was like basically a playoff elimination game. But he had like what 6-7 weeks off in between, and then after
Yeah.
that, he didn't
He
see any
never
time
played three
until
straight games in a row. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
not even
I
two.
got
Oh, I guess he
you. Yeah,
did
yeah.
because the Seahawk
The
game, but
yeah,
that
and
don't
then he
really.
got
I mean, he
hurt.
only played like
Yeah,
half a quarter. Half a quarter. Let
yeah.
me try to pull up Brock Purdy's game logs real quick, just so we can check them out. Brock Purdy's game
They're very. I
logs.
mean, they're very Jimmy G like.
Jimmy
I
esque,
would
right?
say. Yeah, Jimmy G like. Yeah, and yet but he was doing it from being a seventh round pick
But that
from
gets
the
thrown out the
draft.
window. I mean, when you're looking
But
at,
yeah,
yeah,
but
okay, it's a
he
good story, but does that really matter in the grand scheme of things? Like he's
it just
there, he's already
I'm
in.
just saying that what I'm saying is that he had that game in him already, I could say, because he started 4 years in college, and like he stated,
Yeah,
he was the more like ready to play. I mean, he was ready to play NFL ready. So therefore, I would say he was giving you already. I would say even a little bit better than Jimmy G. Uh,
I
he
would agree. He was a slight upgrade over Jimmy.
so
Um,
therefore,
when the play breaks down, he's a lot better than Jimmy.
yeah. So therefore, if you already saw that with a Jimmy G or even with a Jimmy G like or even better, you already been to the Super Bowl and to the NFC Championship game. So therefore, in theory, he should be good enough to take you to the Super Bowl or NFC Pro Bowl game. I mean, the NFC Championship game, which he potentially also did because I mean, he made it all the way to the Eagles and got hurt. And it's one of those what if he doesn't get hurt, maybe we win, maybe we don't, maybe we do win, maybe we win the Super Bowl, maybe we don't. But I mean, still, those one of those what ifs. It's always going to
Yeah,
haunt
so
us in Niner history. So therefore, it's tough. I mean, I've stated before in a lot of episodes. I wouldn't mind seeing Trey
look at his
Lance.
numbers here. Against the Dolphins, he did his thing coming off the bench. He had 210 yards, 2 TDs, one interception. I mean, not bad. Good performance off the bench. But are
Hmm.
you looking at an overall rate of 88.8
Hmm.
uh quarterback rating? Next game he had 185 and 2 TDs against Tampa. We scored 35, but he only had 2 touchdowns.
I think the defense was
134.
on a.
Yeah, defense was getting, I think they had a couple pick sixes or something.
Yeah, and then we were getting the ball like in Tampa Bay um
So yeah, the
side
points
or
per
something.
game are up there, but he ain't doing. I mean, it's not all Brock. 2 TDs out of
But
35 points, two passing TDs.
But it's one of those like if the offense is playing a solid game, defense is going to be playing a solid game. It kind of like they pick up each other up.
He
I
did
mean
have a
that's
rushing TD in that
I
Tampa
mean
game.
that's what I noticed. And also yeah, remember McCaffrey. Then you start getting a bunch of rushing yards. Um, so therefore it's one of those like okay everything's working, everything's in sync, everything is it's on
Definitely better
point.
than Jimmy because the 2 TDs, he has more TDs than turnovers, and that's what you want. 2 touchdowns, 0 turnovers.
Mhm.
So he's playing. But that's what I'm saying. Like, is that franchise level quarterback? We can't say that yet. A lot of people jump to that conclusion.
But
217. So against Seattle that next week after Tampa, 217, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So no mistakes, right? Very limited
mhm,
mistakes. But he's only 217 yards. So this is what I
mhm.
mean by he has such a supporting cast behind him. Because the defense only gave up 13 points. We won that game 21-13.
But
He only
it's
had 217 yards though. That's
yeah.
Jimmy.
But that's
And
one
then
of
the
the
next week against Washington,
yeah
234, 2 touchdowns, one interception.
yeah.
But we scored 37 points. So how
But
much of that was Brock?
it's because I mean the I would say it's because um your defense is on point. They're giving you most likely we're getting points, pick sixes, fumble recoveries, all that, and it just
So
shows you
that's what
that.
I'm saying. That goes to
But
the supporting cast.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when you have that, I mean, you roll with it. That's why I wouldn't be surprised if Brock Purdy gets that. But like I said before, I'd love to see what Trey brings to this team. Would love to see that. But if he can't stay healthy, I mean, then therefore his opportunity is out the window. And therefore
Yeah.
that's when he could be, hey, all right, guess what? We got Purdy. We could, you're most likely gonna draft another quarterback because I mean Niners just showed us that you could pick now a seventh rounder, last pick of the draft, and potentially could be a starter. So therefore, and they're always gonna get some veteran. So it's a problem. It's a bad problem and a good problem. And the bad problem is, what if Trey ain't the one, and Brock Purdy's injury, that's it, fucked him up, and then we're back
Yeah.
at the same, and then we're back at the same problem. We don't have a QB, so therefore,
So yeah.
but
So then the
yeah,
Raiders again, we scored 37,
yeah,
but Purdy only did 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, 284 yards. That's against a weak ass Raider defense. And then Arizona, we scored
that game our
38.
defense was trash. I remember that. So yeah, we had to
But
win in the
and that's what
last
I'm saying.
drive, I
Look,
believe.
okay, yeah, he did great, but look at the teams he played. Miami, they're okay. They're like an all
Well,
right
at
team.
that point,
Tampa,
they were favorite.
Tampa was pretty weak when you look at this grand
Brady,
scheme of things.
mm-hmm.
They got ran by Dallas. Seattle, they're pretty solid. I'll
Playoff
give them
team.
that
They were
one.
playoff team.
Washington, pretty
They were trying to get
average,
in.
whatever.
Yeah, but they were trying to get in the playoffs. I
Raiders,
remember that.
pretty weak. Oh,
Rap.
these are all
He's
like 8 and
John.
9 teams.
Yeah.
Uh,
Arizona was a
Arizona
rap.
was way
Was
out
a
of it.
rap. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you go to the playoffs, you get Seattle. I'll give them that one. That was a good game. I mean, he started kind of rough in that one, but
Mm-hmm.
he bounced back. That was a nice performance. 332 yards and 3 TDs. So I'll give him props on that one.
Yeah.
That was a. I'll give him props for winning that game.
Yeah.
But then Dallas, he struggled in Dallas game. Uh,
Defensively, Dallas, that was a struggle.
no
Yeah, that was.
touchdowns, no interceptions,
Mm-hmm.
only 214 yards, 19 of 29, high completion percentage, but he's throwing these short yards.
Mm-hmm.
Only an 87 rate, sacked twice. So yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
was defense. And then Philly, we
We
don't
didn't
have
see
much
it.
of a sample size for
Yeah.
that. So
But
that's why for me that's a lot of question marks.
yeah.
That's
But as
you didn't really beat any great teams. You didn't
true.
beat any great teams.
Yeah. True. As those stats, um, it's pretty damn good if you're this. Once again, if you're the last pick of the draft,
If you're the
and you're
third
and
string
and
and the
you're
last quarterback, but if you're like a franchise quarterback, is that great numbers with all this talent around you? And I know Shanny limits a lot of the stuff too with his play calling.
I would say it's solid numbers. Because I mean, honestly, Trey could have
Solid.
given you those numbers too.
I agree. Yeah, I think so.
Trey could have been maybe a little bit better, maybe. But in that, once like I said, once you have like a solid defense that we had, and our running game got much better and it improved. Overall, the whole team improved.
CMC.
That was it. I would say that factor, huge factor.
I'm gonna look up too real quick what CMC did, like 49ers with CMC versus without.
Oh, the numbers skyrocketed. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
everything.
but even Jimmy was putting up good numbers with CMC though. That's what I was telling Womack. But it's hard to talk with this guy. He doesn't really listen.
I think that was the only game we lost with MC. Right? And after that, we went on the winning streak. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was the only game we lost.
Okay, so
it says here.
It says here, what am I on? I think CBS or some shit. Before 49ers were traded for McCaffrey, they were 20th in points per game at 20.7 per game. They are now, I don't know what point this was at, some point late in the season. They are now 8th in points per game at 25 points per game. So that means they went up 5 points just by adding McCaffrey. In the last 3 games, they have scored 31 points per game. In the 8 games that McCaffrey has started for the 49ers, their offense has averaged 28.7 points per game, which during the 8-game stretch is ranked 4th. So, I mean, yeah, it was Purdy, but, I mean, it was also the emergence of CMC. It was also that this team, I feel, Womack would push back on this. I feel this was the healthiest overall that this team has been offensively and defensively during the whole Shanahan-Lynch era.
Yeah.
Even more healthier because 2019 we had some injuries. 2020 we had some injuries. 2021 we had injuries. So during this stretch of when Purdy and Jimmy got CMC, the offensive line was solidified too. So when Trey had his games last year, the offensive line was in shambles kind of. I remember. They were shuffling around guys. I feel like the offensive line was much more stable for Purdy. And I'm not saying like anything negative. I think Purdy did a great job coming in for a rookie quarterback, like you mentioned, 7th round pick. I think he did absolutely great. But I just am hesitant to crown him, and I wish they wouldn't have
Oh, when
said,
yeah.
or I wish they wouldn't have said already like, oh, Purdy's our starter and this and that. I think that was kind of like I think, and I said this in during the season when we were still playing that I felt like we should let them battle it out. I mean, what is it going to
And
hurt Purdy? Is it going to hurt Purdy to have to look over his shoulder for Trey? I mean, I think competition is good for young quarterbacks, personally. So I want us to have the best chance to win.
yeah,
So
I mean, and also I don't know if you heard this, but I've heard it a lot on the radio. A lot of players didn't think Trey was ready, and then when Trey got hurt and Jimmy got back at starting position QB, a lot of players were saying, okay, now we're more ready to we're we're ready to win now. So therefore, I
well,
mean,
yeah, of
could have
course they were like loyal to Jimmy because they feel that's their quarterback. So and
mhm.
Trey was, I mean, he was raw. He was a raw talent. Let's not
I
be
mean,
honest. I mean,
yeah.
let's be
I
honest.
mean,
He was a raw
yeah,
talent.
yeah. Remember the season before that, Jimmy was said his goodbyes. He was like, he said, he said goodbyes to the team and the players. But once Trey got hurt and Jimmy got hurt, and then he couldn't get traded, and he didn't get cut or didn't get let go. Um, I think maybe there was maybe a little rumbling already with the players, and they saw Trey and like and I'm pretty sure team players were vocal, and they're like, you know what, Trey is not ready yet, and I
I
mean
think it was
also
a divided locker room. Yeah, I think it was a divided locker room.
so
I know
and I heard that
McGlinchey,
more.
his bitch ass wanted Jimmy because he didn't even help Trey up when he got sacked
Oh yeah, well, yeah,
that game.
yeah, that we all saw that too. We all that, yeah. So therefore, I think it's just a lot of factors, but yeah, you're absolutely right though. Last year's team, I would say from the 20, what was it 20? When was it when last time we went? I mean, even last, I mean, when we beat the Rams, no, when we lost to the Rams, I would say this is the most team that we've had in a couple of years that you could say this is the team that wins the Super Bowl by on
Yeah,
paper. I would say
yeah.
this is the team that wins the Super Bowl, and that was last year's team. So therefore,
See,
and I
but
think that
what's weird is if Jimmy had stayed healthy, we probably got ran by the Eagles. I'm not even gonna front.
it would have been tough. Yeah,
He would have been turning it
they would have been
over.
with Purdy too. It would have been
Or
tough.
Trey. I mean, let's be
Or
honest.
Trey. Yeah,
Trey would have been shook off that rush.
yeah,
Anybody, because we had McGlinchey back there supposedly holding
yeah.
up the line.
It would have
But
been
he's
yeah.
garbage.
It would have been
So
yeah.
I mean, I think we would have had a shot with Purdy, a better shot than with Jimmy, because he's more mobile. He can get out of the pocket more than Jimmy.
Hmm.
Um, whereas with Jimmy, he's a sitting duck for the Eagles. He
Hmm.
probably got knocked out if he was healthy in that game. He
I
definitely would
would
have got
say
knocked
hurt.
out in
Yeah,
that game. I would
yeah.
say 2 picks and 2 fumbles, 5 sacks at least.
For sure. One stupid ass fumble and one stupid ass interception, like and which we've seen, and they're I've tried to erase them in my memory, but they're still there.
Yeah. So
All right.
I kind of put some blame too on the Niners for not developing Trey. Um, because now that he's working with Mahomes and Mahomes is his guy,
Hmm.
he's made some strides already.
With throwing motion,
Um,
that's what
throwing
I've heard.
motion,
Hmm.
accuracy. So how did you have him on the roster for 3 years? Or what is it, 2 years? Two and a
2
half?
years.
And I mean, I know he was hurt, but why? I mean, who did they have him going to before? They must have had him
That's
going to some lummy ass quarterback. Kyle probably picked who he went to.
What's his name? Who was he? QB coach? Fuck.
Christensen.
Endorser? No.
He was the quarterback's coach. God damn it, Little Rich. We don't give a
Greece.
shit about Josh
Greece.
Johnson.
Greece. Let's say Greece, right?
Little
QB
Rich.
coach.
Josh Johnson sucks. We would have got ran with Josh
Ah,
Johnson.
we had an episode on that one, Little Rich. You probably want to go watch it. We were saying, hell
You
no,
sound
we
like
ain't winning
Womack
it.
right now. You sound like Womack. And Womack jinxed him. Womack jinxed Purdy. And yeah, unfortunately, I was right on that one because I
Yeah,
said
we called it.
if
Remember,
there's
we're
any
like,
way that Josh
yeah,
Johnson gets in the game, we're losing. We're gonna get ran.
peep that episode, Little Rich. We called we before that Eagles game. We were saying, what if something were to happen? It was a what if situation, and guess what? It did happen. So we called it. There's no way.
I wonder if I could pull up our own fucking audio and video on this shit. Probably. Let's
Yeah, we
see.
were like, no way.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to toot my own horn on this one. Let's see if I can pull it up.
What's up with Womack? Womack didn't even come out in the comments, huh? He's not even sniping.
He's
Come
not
on,
even
Womack, where you
sniping.
at, Womack?
Maybe he's
Get your
watching The Little
shit together.
Mermaid.
I don't know, Womack.
He could be watching The Little Mermaid. It's a possibility. Wouldn't put
He's not
it
even
past
dropping.
Womack.
He's not even sniping. Come on, at least snipe some comments, Womack. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I'm not gonna take hella long. I'll try to queue it up next time. I'm not gonna take hella long to look for that shit.
Yeah,
But yeah, we called it.
we're now running on Womack time, so we're not trying to do no 2 hours or three. I think
Anybody
like
else?
3 hours.
Anybody got any Niner comments? Any questions? Or what do you guys? Do you want to push back on some of the stuff I said or Big Leo said? I know
Yeah, let us
Smitty.
know. Yeah, there's if
Oh, I missed
anybody's
a comment from Smitty too. He says you got to factor in Kyle's play calling. You know he calls some bullshit sometimes. No, I agree. He does call. He has a fucking weird. He does some weird shit. Let's be honest.
okay, yeah.
Let's be
There's
honest.
some, I wouldn't say questionable. It works. It's just that sometimes we
Questionable.
just, I would say, it doesn't work. That's it.
Does some questionable shit. You're frozen, man. You're frozen.
I'm back.
Like
I'm back.
Elsa. Okay, so what else we got? We did that.
Any
Oh,
more
let's talk
comments?
about the. Let's talk about Oh yeah, no, we didn't have any comments. I
All
guess
right,
nobody
cool.
cares about what we said. Miami destroys Celtics in 7 games. I didn't see this coming. I thought Celtics
I
would
thought
win
my
that
yeah,
game.
I thought Miami was gonna win, but not cover. I believe Miami was favorite by
Oh, you mean
7.
Celtics? You thought Celtics were gonna win?
I
Not
mean,
cover.
my bad. The Celtics. I mean, my bad. Where is it? I had the spread. Yeah. I didn't think Miami was gonna win, but I thought they were gonna cover the spread. But I was totally wrong. They whooped the shit out of them. And also, I think it had to do with Jason Tatum, like, um, fucking up his ankle in the first early. That first quarter was sloppy as hell.
Yeah,
They
but I
could
don't
not
know.
fucking
I don't
shoot.
know. You think maybe he might have got bought off because that was hella early to hurt his
They
ankle.
were just
I mean,
not.
he did twist it though, pretty
Yeah, he
good.
twisted his ankle. It was his foot landed kind of on the player's foot.
Didn't
You
look
could
that
see
bad.
it. I
You
mean,
never
but you
know.
could. I mean, playing 7 game series. Especially Celtics. They were in the NBA Finals
They
last
should have
year.
given him a
They're
shot
gassed.
though. I mean,
They're
damn.
gassed. And I'm pretty sure he played through that pain.
Little Rich agrees with Smitty that Kyle Shanahan do be calling some bad luck plays. Yeah, he calls some
Bad
stupid
luck.
plays
Yeah, okay. I
sometimes.
would say, yeah.
Calls some stupid plays sometimes. He gets a little too cute sometimes with some of the, and then he doesn't really. Sometimes he doesn't just attack with what's working. He tries to get too cute. He's seen it in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. We're gonna go down that
Yeah.
dark road,
Ugh.
but we stopped running the ball. We didn't start Mostert from the start of the game when he killed who was it, the Packers the week before.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And his championship game. Yep.
we decided to start Tevin Coleman for whatever reason. As soon as we put Mostert in the game, he starts going off on the Chiefs. And then we stopped running those reverses, those jet sweeps.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, Shanahan he's not absolved of any of the fucking blame for our shortcomings in big games. Would have been crazy that blown 3-0 happened. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was, but it looked like the Heat was just hungrier. Jimmy Butler's a dog, you know. He
They
don't
got a
give a
good
fuck.
bench too. They got a good
They got
bench.
a Caleb. What was Caleb Martin was going off?
Mm-hmm.
That was a
Undrafted, right?
all time
Undrafted or something.
great playoff performance from a role player. Um, had a couple of guys hitting big, nice threes. Um,
Hmm.
played great defense. Celtics didn't look like themselves. They looked lost. They were just jacking up threes. Kind of looked like us against the Lakers, just throwing up shit, bad shots. Just trying to get hot from the 3-point line instead of,
Hmm.
working the mid range jumpers, attacking the rim. I felt like there was some room for that, but the Celtics just got three hungry, and sometimes you like punk ass Charles Barkley says, you live by the three, you die by the three. I mean, it's true though.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
just jack up so many threes, I think they started like 0 for 10 or something like that.
Yeah. They couldn't. Yeah, that was super under. You already knew that game was going to go super under with the quarter that was only like 23-16 or something like that. Combined points no more than like less than 40 in the first quarter. It was just ugly. Um, and then yeah, like you said, Heat were on were on their game that night, and yeah, Celtics. I think they just got run. They were just out of gas, tired. Jason Tatum, you know,
Oh
twisted his ankle.
yeah, so as I'm looking at the Twitter, Womack is defending Jimmy G and hating on Trey right now. With our guest Javi was on here. We had him on once, Javier Vega, and
Is he for real?
Javi says same wide open ones you gave Jimmy G credit for because Womack's hating on that Trey Lance pass against the Seahawks where Debo was wide open. He says you get no credit for this, and then Javi responded, "Same wide open ones you gave Jimmy G credit for." So yeah, we called it. He's on there defending Jimmy G's honor instead of
Live
being on
right
the
now.
podcast.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
could have
as we
been.
speak. This was
Wow,
42 minutes ago. We've been podcasting for an hour and 2 minutes. So
god damn
yeah,
it,
right around the
man.
time we said it was when the time he was defending Jimmy G's honor on Twitter. We called it.
Oh
We called
god
it.
damn.
Man, he posts Trey hate like every day. Like I've seen
Trey.
some Trey haters, but this guy is the biggest Trey hater of them all. He's on our podcast.
Oh yeah, 44 minutes ago. We've been on for an hour. Good shit, Womack. That's why we're looking for a replacement as the Warriors,
This
Bob
guy
Myers bouncing from the Warriors.
didn't
So
even like our post on Twitter of us podcasting tonight, but he got time to go at Trey.
all right, all
Pretty,
right.
what would you say the word is? Lummy. This guy's a
Oh,
lummy.
that guy, god damn it. He's not even a snipe at least once, Womack. God damn it.
He's
All
sniping
right.
for Jimmy G. He's
Sniping for
massaging his
Jimmy
ankle,
G. Yeah.
putting some castor oil on Jimmy G's ankle, icing it up for him. Come on, blood. Come on, blood. What are you doing? What are you
Yeah.
doing? Anyway,
So who we have though? So that the finals is set now. Miami versus the Nuggets. I'm gonna go with Nuggets in 6.
yeah, I want to go with Miami, but I just think they don't really have an answer for Jokic. But
Yeah.
then again, I mean, they do have great defense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I don't know, man. It's gonna be a good finals. We're not getting like the
Yeah.
the same old stale teams. Lakers, us, Warriors, um,
Mm-hmm.
Celtics. It's some new blood in there. So I mean, I'm kind of
Yeah.
for it, but of course, I wish Warriors would have been there. But I feel
Yeah.
even if we would have beat the Lakers, I feel we would have lost to the
Yeah, it would have
Nuggets
been
because we
tough.
didn't have no answer for Jokic. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and what's the other cast name? The Gordon, is it Gordon? The power forward, light skinned dude.
Yeah,
What the hell
yeah.
was his name?
What's the dude that? Yeah, I know you're talking about Gordon. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he would go off on us too. The two of them inside would go off on us. Dunking, just a lot of dunks,
we just don't have.
and
Yeah, don't have an answer for that. Yeah.
we wouldn't have anybody to really shut down Jamal Murray. You could put Wiggins, but Wiggins wasn't locked down like that this year.
He was hurt.
The
He was
injuries,
hurting.
the time off, but I mean, who would you
Aaron
put on
Gordon
Jamal? Yeah, there you go.
name.
Who would you put on Jamal Murray to slow him down? I mean, maybe Kaminga,
Yeah, it would have been
GP2,
tough.
I guess, but I don't know. I mean, GP2
Yeah,
could probably
Gordon,
slow him
Jamal
down a little bit, but
Murray, Porter. That's another thing too. They got height. Um, and then
Little Rich SEC speed is going Heat in 7.
Well, I'm not surprised with Little Rich going that he's officially a
SEC guy.
fan of the SEC. So therefore, he's more of a
Yeah,
Nuggets
Nuggets are
rusty.
rusty as
I don't know. They got a lot. They got some rest.
Bam. Bam can't cover Jokic like that. They're gonna
He's
have to
gonna be
double
foul
him.
trouble, early foul trouble. I can see that happening. I can see Nuggets in 6, maybe in 5.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Bam is only 6'9".
Yeah, yeah,
And Jokic is what, 7'1"?
yeah. And currently the Nuggets are favorite
Oh,
are
he's
minus eight and
6'11"?
a half right now for the first
Jokic is
game.
only 6'11"?
He's just
Well, he
big
got
ass
2 inches
dude.
high. He's just a big
Yeah,
ass
he's a big ass. He can
Serbian.
pass, shoot, 3-pointers. Uh, yeah. I I don't
I
see them
mean,
having any answer.
if they take away the two of them and Murray has a couple off nights, it's a lot. Because you got to shut down two, you know, pretty good, great players, I would say. Um, but damn, I mean, the Heat did do a great job against Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. But this is a whole different monster because of the center. It's gonna be a little bit of a mismatch with Adebayo on Jokic, I feel. So I'm gonna take the Nuggets in 6 as well.
All right,
Womack, are you
very.
watching? Are you busy with Jimmy G? You can tweet. You can snipe in and give us
You
your
can snipe
predictions.
and tweet at the same time, Womack.
Yeah, you can tweet snipe.
Tweet snipe.
Yeah. Let me see if he responded to any other shit on there. I'm gonna say something to stir up the hornet's nest on there.
Got time to tweet, but got no time for GDBs.
Got time to tweet and dance your feet? He's probably tap dancing over there. Tap dancing the old Jimmy G film.
Yeah.
Playing some weak ass music in the background. Some weird shit. Then Womack be into some other
Yeah,
shit.
Aaron Gordon is from San Jose. I believe he went to MIDI. I believe that's where he
Gabe
went.
Vincent's from Modesto.
I did not
Hey,
know that.
Modesto sucks though. Fuck Modesto. A lot of meth in Modesto. I know that.
Modesto.
Modesto, the meth capital of Northern
Modesto.
California.
All right. All right. All right.
What the fuck is a Modesto? Sorry if we have any Modesto followers, but I gotta call it how I see it, man. I gotta call it how I see it. We don't pull punches on this podcast. We don't do that. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is a good, breath of fresh
It
air.
should
You
be
get some new
interesting.
blood, but I could see Nuggets in 5. I could see Nuggets in 6.
Yeah.
If the Heat win, I'll be happy because I'm going for the Heat. But I just don't think they have enough ammo offensively.
Mm-hmm.
They're the lowest scoring team left in the playoffs, I believe. So I don't think they have enough. They could, even if they slow Denver down a little bit, they're probably going to score more than, because the Heat doesn't score that much. Jimmy buckets on offense. Caleb Martin's going to have to perform 4 games of almost the level he played at last night, and I just don't see that happening in order for them to have a chance because Jimmy can't carry them all this round. I think the Heat is a good defensive team, but there's no doubt about that Denver is a much more complete overall team. Now, Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. I got to give him his props. He's been putting it down for a long time. Even he got a championship with LeBron and them. He had the
That was Dwayne Wade though.
he had Dwayne Wade and Shaq winning the
Shaq
ring.
that 1 year, yeah. He
And
was
even
dope
after
that year.
Shaq left, he had the Heat were kind of still contenders for a little bit. So Spoelstra is probably one of the best coaches in NBA, and he's a little bit underrated. So that could be a factor. But I just think there's too much greatness on the Nuggets. You got 2 great offensive weapons, and I think that's hard to slow down. Even if you take away Jokic, Murray's probably going to go off. If you take away Murray, then Jokic is probably going to go off. And then you got the role players, Gordon coming in and getting some easy dunks. So I'll say 6, but I could see it going 5. I might put a little money on 5 if the odds are good.
Yeah.
Little Rich says he thought shithole Hayward was the meth capital. You could be right, but I think Hayward shits on Modesto as far as what to do. Like Modesto, what the fuck is there to do in Modesto?
Yeah.
I mean, Hayward's pretty bad too, but I stay near
Yeah.
Hayward, so I can't hate too much on it. I'm a little biased,
Yeah.
but at
I mean, the only
least
thing I could
Hayward.
see, maybe the Heat, supposedly, what's his name, Tyler Harrow's gonna play, might be able to play. Also, the Heat do have Kevin Love. He saw limited minutes in the. I don't think he had any minutes in the last game, but he had some. He played a couple of minutes in other games. He had, he's there for 3 pointers, not much for rebounding or defense, but if they need some points, Kevin Love can help you. But that's the only maybe he could win a game or two. Other than that, I still think the Nuggets will win in six.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
the Heat
agree.
does have, I would say, they have slightly better bench than the Nuggets.
Let me pull up the
Other than
series
that,
price
yeah,
here.
yeah.
So right now, currently on the site I use, Nuggets for the series are minus 425. So I can break it down for the people out there like Womack who don't never understand betting. If you
Mm-hmm.
put down $425, you will get down back $100 if you bet on the Nuggets to win the series. And for the Heat, you're plus 335. If you put down $100, you would get back $335 if you take the Heat and they win the series. So I would, if I was betting, I would go with those odds. I'd put a bill on it just for the
Yeah.
hell of it. And then if you want to get into like more specific props for the series, let's see, like you got most points in the series. Jokic at minus 105. Jimmy Butler at plus 150. If you think Butler is going to score more than Jokic or Jamal Murray, or and Jamal Murray is plus 200. And then after that, it
Mm-hmm.
gets a little crazy. Bam Adebayo is 20-1. Michael, those are long, long shots. You might want to put your money on. Damn, I don't know. Jokic scores though. I was gonna say Jimmy Butler, but Jokic scores.
Jokic can
But hey,
score.
if you want to, yeah, I wouldn't. I don't really like any of these odds, honestly. You're not gonna get much for your bang for your buck on that. Correct series score: Heat versus Nuggets. So Miami to get the sweep would be 40-1 if you want to make a little money. 40 to
Mm-hmm.
1 on that. If they somehow were to sweep the,
Sweep, huh?
but those are long, long shots.
Yeah.
Uh, Miami to win in 7, like Little Rich his pick. 10-1. So you put down
With
$100,
some
you get
Brad
a
Little
thousand
Rich,
back.
I think, I think that part of the country you could go online and make some bets.
Yeah, in the SEC, you probably gamble out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're gambling. They love to gamble down there.
Nuggets for the sweep is plus 550. Nuggets 4-1 is plus 200 only, so that's the lowest. So that's what the odds makers think is going to happen. Nuggets in 5 is what they're looking at. Nuggets in 6 would be plus 400, and then Nuggets in 7 would be plus 300. So either 5 or 7 is what the odds makers are thinking.
Okay.
So maybe we'll go
Okay.
6. Maybe we'll put 100.
Yeah.
Nah, let's put 50 on. 50
Yeah.
on Nuggets in 6. I think I might play
Yeah.
that.
I
Might
like
go
that
6.
Nuggets in six.
Yeah, Nuggets in 6. Maybe the Heat steal 1 or 2. Maybe Jokic.
I
Hopefully he
can
doesn't
see
get hurt,
that
but you never know.
maybe. Yeah. Did you see
And
the
they got bad
comment?
blood.
Oh
I
yeah.
posted in the group chat. They got some bad blood. They Jokic shoved Markeith Morris in the back last
Yeah.
year with a nasty elbow, forearm shiver,
That shit was
like
last year.
Lex
Oh, okay.
Lex
Yeah.
Luger.
Yeah. Okay.
Gave
Yeah.
him a Lex Luger to his back was turned. And Jimmy Buckets wasn't feeling that. He was talking a lot of shit to them after. They were actually waiting for Jokic uh, to leave in the locker room, the the hallway. The
I
whole team
remember
was
that.
there.
Yeah.
Big
He had some
plot.
brother. Joker has his brothers though.
Yeah, his brother's a big fucks too.
I
Was
don't
that
think they
that
fuck
game with
around.
it? I don't think that was with that. Was that when that
I
when
think that
that
was the
jumped out?
next game. I don't. Damn, I can't remember.
Somebody else, I think it was he. He did some shit with somebody else. Yeah, Jokic is a little dirty. Uh, you see when he elbowed the Suns owner too? He didn't even get suspended for that shit.
Oh, when he got the ball, yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
like
dude. I
gave
mean,
him a
but
little elbow.
you got to give the ball away. I mean, probably didn't know
You
it was
can't
him. But
elbow a fucking
I
fan.
don't
Like if
think
that
he
was somebody
elbowed
else,
them. He was just. I don't think it was
man, he
that.
did elbow him. I'm gonna
I
pull the
don't think
shit
it
up.
was that malicious. I
It
mean,
was
remember
kind of
he's
malicious.
almost damn 7 feet tall.
He's a big goof, but that was intentional. Jokic elbows Suns owner. See how deliberate this was.
I don't think it was malicious.
It was a little malicious.
You
Let me see.
know
Little
what's
Rich, do you
malicious?
think this was malicious?
You know what's malicious? Womack not being here, but
I
yet
can't have the
on
audio.
Twitter tweeting.
Is he on Twitter again?
I don't. I can't see. My shit is tripping.
Share screen. All right, let's see this. Full screen. Oh, we missed it already.
I mean, you got to give up ball though. You just can't hand it. I mean, wait. You got to give that shit up. It ain't a baseball game. You get to keep the basketball. Give that shit up.
Wait, did we miss it? Let me go back again. Hold up.
I
All right,
think
so
he
let's
did.
see.
There it goes right there.
See a little shove.
He's like, give me the damn basketball, man. Come on. What are you
It
doing?
wasn't that bad, but he
We
did
got
a
a
little shove
we got
on
a
him.
playoff game to go. Come play. Come on. This ain't no baseball. Let me keep the baseball souvenir. Come on. He knows he did wrong.
Yeah, that I've put that on the Suns owner too for not having goons ready to attack
Look,
him.
see, look,
You
give the
should.
ball. What are you doing? Give that shit back. What are you doing?
Yeah, he did elbow him. He did elbow
And
him.
then the owner flops.
Nah, that was Jokic. The
Eh,
replay shows it better. Yeah, he gave him a
cough the
little
ball
forearm
up.
shove. He looked shook. He should have had some goons ready to attack. That's why I put the blame on. You gotta have some killers. If you're owner of the Suns, you gotta. Oh yeah, see that was a little. That was malicious.
Yeah,
Okay.
he went up to him. Ah, come on. You can't be getting that close to the players. Come on.
Yeah, that was
That's
malicious.
what he gets. Give up the damn basketball.
You like them Eastern European basketball players
Give
and
up
the
the basketball.
Lomas.
This ain't a baseball game. Keeping the baseball. Nah. You got to give the basketball away. Come on. I would have known. Here you go. I would have been tossed right back.
Smitty agrees with you. Ah, fuck that. Jokic
Yeah,
was
see
dumb.
though, you can't hold on the ball. Hold on
Jokic
the
is dirty,
ball,
blood.
and then you what? You're gonna help the player that's down? Nah, give that shit
He
up.
can't
Give up the
elbow
rock.
on. If Draymond did that shit, he would have got suspended
Now
for
that would have been,
sure.
yeah. If it was Draymond, yeah. If it was Draymond, it would have been tech suspended, escorted out of the stadium. Yeah, but still though. But let's say if Draymond did, you'll be like, yeah, why are you holding on the ball? Come on, give that shit away. It's a playoff game. Ain't no damn souvenir.
Jokic is dirty, blood. Jokic is dirty.
It's, hey, I would have done the same shit. Like, what the fuck you doing? Give me the ball.
All right, so I'm gonna show you the
That's
other
me.
one that we were
That's
talking
me.
about
That's me.
that we alluded to earlier. We alluded to this earlier. You guys tell me if you think Jokic is a dirty player after this one.
I wouldn't say
This
he's
is dirty.
dirty.
This is dirty. Look at this. This is dirty. Coming up the floor. Can you see it? Oh, hold up.
Not yet.
There we go.
Oh yeah, I
All right, let me
remember that one.
backtrack a
Yeah.
little bit. That
But
was
what did
dirty
he
as fuck.
do? But what did he
He
do
didn't even
to?
do shit.
Yeah, he did something.
That was dirty as fuck. That was our test style right there.
Because he did something. What was it? Yeah, because he did something to another player. I think he was. It was just. I
Come
believe it
on, bro. You be
was.
safe.
Nah, I'm telling you, blood. There's a reason why he did that. Morris did some like
He's a
he did
dirty
something.
ass fuck. But
Yeah.
Jimmy Buckets wants all the smoke. Watch. Let me see if I can scroll to.
Let me see.
See, he
What
didn't even
was
do
it?
shit. Oh, he kind of shoved him a little bit, but that was gave him the whiplash. Tyler Hero wasn't going to do nothing.
Yeah, they ain't
He went
about
over
that
there, but he
life,
didn't want to
blood.
smoke.
They ain't about that life. Jimmy Buckets, yeah. But I'm pretty sure there was something
That
else.
was a nasty one.
I'm pretty sure there was it's something. There was some other situation that occurred. I believe there's been tensions already building even before that. I believe.
Nuggets got Reggie Jackson and DeAndre Jordan, but they have gotten no minutes.
I'm surprised Ray
Yeah,
Jackson hasn't played. DeAndre Jordan, I'm surprised he's even on the team. I don't even know how DeAndre Jordan is playing, and Dwight Howard is playing in Taiwan. Should be the other way around.
All right, so we're amped up, kind of amped up
Yeah, I
for
might hit
that.
might hit up a game for at Ray Doomzilla. See what's up. Just go
What
peep
else we
it.
got? Oh, we're gonna talk a little bit of boxing, I guess, real quick
Some
here.
boxeo.
Let's go
So
to let's go to some TDC real quick. Deadly
TDC.
combination theme. Put the little. We haven't heard this theme music for a minute, so let's drop the
Yeah, put it up.
TDC
Yeah,
since we're doing
yeah,
TDC.
yeah. Drop that. Remember, you
And
subscribing. Yeah. Go
TDC
ahead.
is on hiatus, but we like to bring it back here once in
Yeah.
a while. We only had a couple episodes, but that's our little boxing segment. I know it says podcast on there, but it's become our boxing
Segment.
segment.
Little boxing corner that we have. Shout out to E Majors if he's watching. Drop a
Morris
comment.
did some dirty shit. That's why I look up the whole video. I gotta peep the whole video.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he did some. Yeah, he did some shit. It would. I'm telling you.
I gotta peep that shit.
I'm pretty sure that I kind of lightweight remember. Morris did some shady shit, and then that was just him answering back. So
Yeah. So this over the weekend this Spence versus Terrence Crawford is official. It's official now. So no more
official,
doubt if
official.
it's gonna happen, unless there's some kind of weird injury. But this shit is actually going down.
Yeah, hope not.
So
Hopefully
I'm
not.
excited.
Yeah.
This is the biggest fight uh for the purest boxing fans. I know that the Ryan Garcia and Tank might actually sell more pay-per-views, but that was like a crossover fight. It has more appeal for the
This one
purest of
pressure.
boxing, the real boxing fans. This is what you want to see. This is the best of the best at 147, which has always been the premier uh, the premier level of boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows that
Yeah.
147 is where it's at for
Yeah.
boxers. It's been that way
Yeah.
historically. All the greats, Sugar Shane Mosley, Oscar, Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran, Hearns, Hagler,
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao was up there at one point. Now you have Spence, Crawford. In the waiting in the wings, you got Jaron Ennis, you got Virgil Ortiz. You're gonna have Haney and Shakur up there one day.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we want to see. This is the meat and potatoes of the box for the real boxing fans out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you
It's not.
guys are
Yeah.
boxing fans like
Yeah.
us, you want to see this shit.
Yeah. Definitely. If it happens, this might be the mother of all boxing matches this year. So if hopefully goes down. Hope there's no injuries. I mean, we've seen some injuries before with Earl Spence.
Yeah, I'm with you, Smitty. We'll get to that.
But it definitely should be a showdown. We've been waiting this for years. Have you stated?
What has it been, about 4 years? I want to say.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. There was a lot of the rumors. There's been a lot of speculation, but finally, the it's going down. But this and they're already talking shit. They're already smack. And as at his especially with the magnitude of this fight, you're gonna have that. So for right now, I would be riding with Crawford on this one.
Yeah, and I
I'm gonna
put a
ride
little
with that
something
one.
in early. I wanted to make sure that the odds don't go up. Right now, when I put my bet in, it was minus 150 for Terrence Crawford. So in order to get back $100, you got to put down 150. So I put a
Mm-hmm.
nice little something
Yeah,
on it
yeah.
because I think that we talked about it a few times on this on the regular Gold Dirty Bastards, but on TDC we haven't talked about it too much. But I think that Crawford is a much more complete fighter than Spence. Spence is a
Mm-hmm.
good body shot. He has some power, but the whole boogeyman thing is a little bit overhyped. I know he took out Ugas, but Ugas was a little bit older, long in the tooth.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like he couldn't even get out Mikey, and Mikey came up two weight divisions to fight him. I know he had a
Mm-hmm.
fight at 140, but when he fought Spence, his His last fight prior to fighting Spence was at 135. So he jumped from 140 and then he went up to 47, and there was no fights in between. His last fight was at
Mhm.
135 with Robert Easter, and he went straight to a Spence fight, which I think was Mikey kind of had one foot out the door. I've alluded to this. I
Yeah.
don't know any inside stuff, but I just felt like, I didn't think Mikey was in love with the sport anymore. Uh, I might be wrong. I could be assuming.
Mhm.
Definitely. We don't know what's going on in their lives, so I don't know the backstories.
Yeah.
But I think Mike just wanted payday because after that, he
Oh
kind of
yeah.
just seemed like he was coasting after that. So he got his big payday. Because if he was serious about the fight, he would have took a fight at least at 140 or a fight at 147 as a little tune up, to get adjusted to the 147-pound weight. I know he was
Mhm.
sparring with heavier guys like Maidana and some of the bigger guys at 147 in his career, but to me he couldn't even like knock Mikey down. So that was like, okay, is he really this boogeyman everybody says he is? Because
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I thought Porter beat him outright. I thought
That was
Porter
a
won that
close fight.
fight. I thought Porter was landing some good body shots. He was more physical. He was landing some good shots in general, and Spence
Mhm.
landed too. But I thought that Porter did enough to win the fight, just by a round. I can't
Mhm.
scream robbery because close fights like that. I don't say it's a robbery if it's a close fight.
Yeah.
I could I couldn't have seen it score for Spence, but I can't say like, oh, that's a robbery. It was that.
Yeah.
Some people might have favored Spence in that fight, but when you look at what Terrence Crawford did to Sean
Oh,
Porter, Porter
yeah.
was winning a couple rounds, but
He was
Crawford
getting
was
whooped.
ready to strike at any time like a cobra. And once they
Mhm.
told him you might be down, he turned it on and just got him out of there.
Yeah.
Um, he could have continued. I thought it was an early stoppage by his pops, Sean Porter's pops, but
No, I
he knows
mean,
he was probably gonna get hurt.
he was gonna get hurt. Yeah, exactly. And which was, I think, it was a smart move, because he was getting just punished. Not only, I mean, those are the hits that you don't want later in your career. Having fucking CTE, fucking damaging injuries that you might not see it now, but as you get older, and and that's, I would say that was the right thing to do, because uh, I think we were all watching it live, right? I think we were a group. I think we were on group chat, and we were saying he's getting his ass whooped. I
Yeah,
mean, so therefore, I remember me
I mean,
saying, okay,
Porter
that
had
was the right
it
thing to
was a
do.
close on the cards. It was close, but you just had that feeling, and once Crawford kind of stepped it up and figured him out a little bit, which is what
Yeah,
Crawford does. He got
yeah,
that like Mayweather where he adjusts
yeah,
nicely.
yeah,
He's more dynamic than
yeah,
Spence.
yeah. He was,
Um,
yeah, no, yeah.
and
Not
he has
only
a
was,
100% knockout rate
yeah,
at
and
welterweight.
yeah, and then he's a type. Crawford is a type of, not only is he, like I said, he's, he was winning the fight, but he was dominating and then just punishing you. And then when you see that type, he's, and we all know that Porter's a fucking bulldog. He's a fucking dog when he's in the ring.
Yeah,
He doesn't back out. He's there. He's a fucking warrior. And so therefore, when you see a boxer that's getting that type of punishment that he can't answer back, or there's no response, that you're like, you he wasn't landing. I mean, there was a couple. Like you said, there was a couple rounds it looked like he could have won, but it was just a straight domination. And therefore, props to his pops for just calling the fight. Um and like you said, like also like Crawford. I mean, I don't know if this fight's a little too late, to happen, but I I think Crawford definitely should win. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a stoppage as well. Um, we know Spence had those injury, his eye injury, and his car accident. Uh, we all wanted this fight to happen. Maybe what, at least 3 to 4 years year ago, right? I would say maybe five.
for the
Um,
Spence Crawford.
yeah.
Yeah,
So therefore, I mean, I think it might be a little bit too late, but still, though, no matter what, I would say even if this fight happened 4 or 5 years ago, I would still go with Bud.
yeah. I think Bud is going to be able to. I could see Spence having some early success, but
Mhm.
if I'm picking, I don't know if Bud gets the stoppage. He may because we seen
I
Spence was hurt against Ugas. He was rocked. Let me see if I
yeah.
can pull it up real quick. He was hurt.
Ugas is the
Uh,
Cuban boxer, right?
yeah, but he's a
No,
little bit older.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
referee like stopped it for I don't know what the referee something with his mouthpiece or something. I think,
Hmm.
but he was hurt, and Ugas don't got the power that Bud has. So I wouldn't be shocked at a knockout, a late knockout, but I would predict Terrence Crawford 8-4. I would say 8-4.
Okay.
I
I'm saying
can't
early
find it
stoppage,
on
somewhere in the
there's no
10th.
short version of it on there.
I wouldn't be surprised 10th or 11th. Spence is completely gassed out, and Crawford has figured him out, and he's just punishing him. And I'm pretty sure, with this type, I mean, we could say they beefing. I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford goes there and just punishes him. I mean, like,
Yeah,
you know what?
they don't like each other.
I'm not gonna drop you.
I mean,
I'm
they
just
don't
gonna
hate each
punish.
other, but it's a healthy rivalry of the best two
Yeah,
at their weight.
yeah.
And I think that Spence is a good body puncher, but I think Crawford's with the movement. He's going to do the
Hmm.
side to side lateral movement. I don't think he's
Hmm.
going to be there to be hit
Yeah.
early on, and he has the firepower to make Spence think twice about whatever he's going to throw. I
Yeah.
think he definitely has more power than Spence. I don't think that's debatable. Uh, he's got more power, so
I
I think
would
this is going to be a good fight.
like over. Yeah.
This is the fight we all want to see. It's good
Hmm.
to see them going at each other too on They were on $1 million worth of game with Gilly and Wallow. Terrence was on there, and he was saying
Okay.
that basically he's gonna fuck up Spence, and then he's gonna go after, and then after that he wants Jamel Charlo at 154 for all
Oh
of his
wow.
belts. They've been
Oh
having some
wow.
chitter
Okay.
chatter. They're in the same camp. Charlo and Spence. They're out
Hmm.
there in the same camp. So he said he's coming for him. Pause. He's gonna be going after him, and he's gonna fuck him up basically. And then
Yeah.
Jamel chimed back and was like talking shit back, saying like, you know what I mean, he didn't want it. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Terrence is showing like a dark side. Like he ain't mad about being a villain. Kind of, I like that.
Hmm.
He's showing that he's a dog. He's talking shit on shows now and on social media. He posted like a kind of like Bud as Aquaman and holding the big fish. Arrow Spence because Spence calls himself what the big fish. I think he said he's gonna
Hmm.
have a fish fry. And then also Boots Ennis was called in. I think because I think he might be cool with Gillian him, and he was talking shit like saying that Bud ducked him, but Bud was saying, "Nah, when did I duck you? When did I duck you?" So
Yeah.
that was kind of sick. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It's good to get this screen sharing back on here. Terrence Crawford, Jared Ennis.
The only thing about I don't like about Crawford is that he fights only once a year. Uh, he's the type of fighter I would love for him to see him fight almost three times a year. But uh, we all know that boxing is a lot of politics. Um,
Yeah,
that's the only thing I would say. I'm not big fan of Crawford. He only fights once a year. It would be nice, at least 2 to 3 fights.
yeah.
Give me that.
I'm a
That's
big
the only
Crawford fan
thing.
though.
Yeah,
I've said he's the best in the game for years. You can go
yeah,
back to the beginning of
yeah,
this podcast,
yeah,
but way before I
yeah,
got receipts on Facebook where I said he was the best in the game.
yeah.
And Pacquiao,
That's
I felt Pacquiao ducked him for years.
yeah. Oh yeah, he would done.
And he's smart
That would
because he would have got
yeah,
washed. Oh, I can't even. I don't know if I can show the audio. Can I?
yeah, and definitely this is definitely this type of bout. Um, yeah, I'll have definitely have links for this, but I'm definitely gonna be ordering this on pay per view.
Yeah, I think I'll order this bad boy.
This is a definitely order.
Some big fights being made. Has the potential to be
Yeah, big one.
a
Yeah.
big spark for the boxing world to get these
Yes.
big best fighting the best type of fights. We've been talking about
Hmm.
this on uh, TDC Deadly Combination and GDBZ for shit 2.5 years now. We've been saying
Yeah.
best got to start fighting the best, and it's good to see it. Tyson Fury,
Yeah.
you need to get your ass out there and fight one of these one of these dogs, Andy Ruiz or Wilder again, or Joshua. He talks so much shit about Joshua. You need to fight
Mm-hmm.
Joshua. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
gonna be popping that shit,
Yeah.
we need to see that
You gotta
one.
better. Yeah. You gotta be out by
Uh,
your action.
I don't think Ennis
Especially.
can fuck with Crawford, especially after his last performance. I think Crawford will fuck Jaron Ennis up. He might stop him. In my opinion, I think the fight to make outside of Bud and Jaron Ennis would be Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis. That would be a very nice fight. Two up and coming young welterweights. I think that would be give the fans what they want. Virgil Ortiz is a pressure fighter, goes to the body, old school Mexican fighter. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and Ennis is slick and contrasting styles make fights. I think that's one we got to see. And they're both aiming for the top guns. They both want a shot at Spence and Crawford. So I think the
Yeah.
smart thing to do is let the two young dogs fight it out after the smoke settles with Bud and Spence. See if it's worthy of a rematch, and if not, then either take the winner or the loser. And let the dust settle and see who's the best in that division. I think you're looking at Crawford. I think he's the cream of the crop, and I think he'll take over 154 if he decides to go up that weight. I don't think anybody can fuck with him at 154. Charlo's bigger, but people are acting like 7 pounds is a huge difference. When you had fighters like Floyd, who was, small and earlier in his career, he went up to 54 and was successful um, a few times. He fought Oscar there. Who else did he fight up there? He fought a few fights at 154. So I think Crawford will have similar success up at 154, and I think you could see him running that division. And if he unifies at that division, if he unifies, because he already unified at lightweight, if he
Mm-hmm.
unifies at did he unify at lightweight? I think he unified at lightweight. He unified one division. If he unifies at welter and then at 54, you could be looking at, and he retires undefeated. You could be looking at the greatest fighter of all time.
Wow. Yeah.
Um, if there's some big ifs because you got to get past
Yeah.
Spence first, but that's
Oh
for
yeah.
like all the belts, I believe,
That would be
or
insane.
all the important belts.
And how old is
Yeah, if he
Crawford right
he's about 34, I believe, maybe 35. He's older than Canelo.
30, it's 35 right now.
Yeah, so I was right on that. Yeah.
35.
Yeah, so I mean, he's late in his career. He's going to be looking to
Mm-hmm.
make these legacy moves now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the one thing I worry about is that the Spence fans, because Spence is popular. Spence is more popular than
Oh
Crawford.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I like. Yeah. I would say yeah. I would say I was more on the. I would say I was. I remember watching his early fights when he was coming
yeah,
up and clean ass fighter, power, punch, all that defense, solid. And but then once I saw in him, and I was wanting to see that fight, like we were saying at least 4 to 5 years ago, maybe I would have gone more Earl Spence, but since has since his car accident and then when he had his fractured was it the his
yeah. He had
fractured
two
was it no
two accidents,
torn
right?
he had torn retina right torn the retina or
Two car
something like that I
accidents
believe
and one retina. Yeah,
yeah so therefore his career was pushed a little bit back so therefore no you I watched uh Terrence Crawford fights so I would say oh yeah I would say Terrence Crawford is the more dominant boxer. But yeah, it's tough. I would say if it was me like 4 or 5 years ago, I'll probably slightly go with Spence, but now I would go with Crawford.
yeah. So Streamyard is updated. You can put a little headlines below your name. So that's kind of cool.
I
Little
said I
update.
said uh, I said once this fight gets closer, I'm pretty sure we'll talk more about it. But right now, I would call um, early stoppage, 9th, 10th
Yeah,
round for Crawford.
yeah. But my whole thing is, I just hope they don't diminish what Crawford does by saying, "Oh, Spence got hurt, two accidents, the eye." That's
Oh
what
no,
that's why I wanted, the fight to happen earlier, so you wouldn't have any like excuses for any
yeah,
fighter either way,
yeah. The
or
excuses,
not
yeah.
give the guy
I
credit.
mean,
But now
yeah. I mean,
you could have some
yeah.
excuses. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't think
maybe
they
that's the
would
reason Crawford gave him
valid.
this fight now. I mean, they agree and they made an agreement. It's been years from those accidents and his injury, so therefore maybe he's like, all right, I'm ready.
And
No more
there's a
excuses. Let's
rematch
go.
clause. There's a rematch clause as well, so there
Oh
will be a rematch happening.
yeah, and if Womack was here, he would probably take the draw for sure.
Womack would
Womack
bet
would
the
be
draw, no doubt.
no doubt. Always bet
So
the draw.
also, while we're on the boxing topic in the TDC universe, I finally got a chance to watch the Haney and Loma full. I watched it like last week. I put my scorecard group chat.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't say that I see what everybody says. Robbery.
Hmm.
I thought that Loma was getting beat early. He lost too many rounds early. Um,
Yes. That's what
Haney
I
was
said.
much more
Hmm.
accurate. The sharper punches,
Hmm.
the crisper punches, and the great body shots. He was hurting Loma
Body
with body
shots.
shots.
Hmm. Slowed him down.
Loma had better flurries, but he was
Yeah.
missing a lot of them
A lot.
punches.
Hmm.
Um,
Yep.
and then he did hurt. He hurt Haney in the 11th.
I
But
think he
by
heard him
that time, he was
twice.
down too many rounds.
Yeah.
By that time, he was down too many rounds. And then
Yeah.
you gave up the 12th. It was a very close fight, and you go out there and you give up the 12th. That's
Yeah.
why I can't support anybody screaming that robbery shit.
Yeah.
If he had
Yeah.
gone out there and won the 12th, okay, I could see a draw. But
Yeah. I think it's one of those. I think it was
Speedy
one of
has
those.
Loma.
It's one of those fights
I didn't
that
have it.
it's one of those fights that it's quick. It's a lot of punches are being thrown, a lot of movement, a lot of shit is going down. Haney at the beginning, had them body shots. I think that was huge. Uh, but like once again, like I said in the last episode, uh, I'm not feeling when somebody in your corner is already telling you're up by how many rounds and this and that, because then that just come out for me. I was like, why are you telling them that? Why now he's
Yeah.
in change. I felt that Haney slowed down. It was a bit more conservative, was more, and then we saw that I would say I think he got hurt in the ninth or 10th round. There's one round you could tell he got hurt. But once again, it was just a lot of punches, action packed, fast paced. It's one of those fights that it might take 2 to 3 times to rewatch and be like, oh shit. Oh, okay,
Then now
yeah.
the announcers
Mhm.
were super on Loma's nuts,
On
though. I gotta
Loma, yeah.
say,
And Haney,
they
there's
were
some yeah,
biased.
yeah. I wanted, yeah, they were, yeah. And then another thing is that yeah, like I said, it was one of those fights that I think you have to see it 2 or 3 times. You'd be like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. Maybe Loma, it's I would say it's much closer, but yet I would give Haney the win. One, because he's a champion, um, and he did a lot in the early rounds to dominate. And also, I think who was the one that also said too? I think it was Shakur Stevenson, wasn't he? I think he was saying, "Oh, Loma won," and then he went back
But
and
he
watched
went
the.
and he
He said
backtracked. Yeah, he
he
backtracked.
bet because he went to go watch the fight. Haney won. So therefore, I think that's what it is. It's one of there's too much shit going on, and therefore, I can't. Like I said, at 12 round.
Yeah,
So
froze a
therefore,
little bit.
you have to give it to Haney, and then you have to give it to Haney that 12 round. But yet, I gotta watch it again too. I mean, because there was a lot of I watched again. I watched more highlights of it, and yeah, like you said, Haney was on point with those body shots, and that was I would say that was nice to see somebody hand those body punches. A lot of jab, a
Yeah,
lot of jab, a lot of jab, and therefore it was good to see that Haney has that body. He was tagging him, and then Loma was had his hands, and Haney saw that too. Loma had his hands way up here, and therefore, Haney has that reach, and he was fucking him up.
yeah.
But it was a
No,
good match. It was a good fight. It was not. It was
I just felt the robbery is
definitely
too
with the
much of
kind of
a
boxing you want to
close
see.
fight. Close
Yeah,
fight is a
yeah.
close fight,
It was a close fight. Yeah, it was a close fight.
and
The
Loma gave
robbery,
away
no.
12. So that to me, you
Yeah,
lost all rights to complain. And Loma's a sore little
yeah.
loser too.
I seen
Little bitter ass bull rat.
the video you posted.
And
Yeah,
and what's up
but
with this
on the
dude?
viewpoint. Yeah.
Loma still getting to be the number one contender after Shakur was number one. He leapfrogged Loma. I mean, Loma leapfrogged Shakur, and now he's the number one
Hmm.
contender, and Shakur's number two for the WBC belt. They be saving Loma. Loma gets so fucking saved.
I would say I'm not gonna lie. Haney's a much younger guy, but Loma looked impressive still.
I mean, Loma
It's,
looked good.
I
He
think
looked
what
all right.
was I think what Haney was doing was bucking up his style. Loma. There were times Loma was looking confused and just pretty much like he felt like he couldn't do what he had to do. That's why I wasn't feeling when Loma was grabbing him and wrestling and tugging with him. I was like, right there, that showed you. For me, watching that fight, it was like, oh, Haney's not letting him do his thing. Haney, and that's why I had Haney, early rounds winning. Um, and then finally, those I think that's 7, 6, 7, you could say maybe 7 and 8. That's when Loma started figuring it out, and then he, like you said, he was getting with those flurries, but a lot of those punches he was missing though. It was just
Yeah,
it
and I'm
looked
not
good.
a I'm not a
I think that's what it
I'm
was.
not a Loma I'm not a Loma guy, so
I think that's what it was. People that were watching
or
it,
Haney. I'm not a
all
Haney guy either, so I'm pretty unbiased.
yeah, so I think that's what it was. With like we saw a lot of those flurries from Loma. So when you see those flurries, let's say you're throwing 6, 7 punches, but only maybe one or two hit, But still, you're like, oh shit, he's fucking him up. But Haney got a good defense. I would say he was doing enough to stay in that fight. But he did get hurt. But I would say, even though he did hurt Haney, I would say Loma got hurt the most. And you can see it after the fight too. Um, his Loma's face was more battered up.
Yeah. And I know there's talk of Loma in the Hall of Fame. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer personally.
I don't think
He
he had
got
enough
he's
fights, enough fight.
17-3.
I don't
He
think.
got 3 losses out of in 20 fights. To me,
Mm-hmm,
that's you could say Salido was this and that, and he was fighting him dirty. I don't give a shit. He lost.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He lost to Teofimo,
That's another fight that he started
and
late,
that loss to
but
Teofimo, that
Teofimo
don't
got
even
him.
look. And
Yeah,
then what was the excuse? He was crying on my shoulder. That's you don't
he
never
was
just take a
hurt.
L. He always has to bitch and cry and be like, Salido is
Mm-hmm.
too big for me. Oh, my shoulder. They robbed me. Fuck out of here with that shit. I ain't got time for that shit. 17-3. So yeah, you're not going to the Hall of Fame in my opinion. That's just my
I
stance on
don't
that.
think enough, but he does have over 1,000 uh, amateur fights or something like that.
You're right, Smitty. They didn't really slow him down in the grand scheme of things, but at the time they were you could see his body like, contorting and he was cringing. They weren't like hurting him, but they had an effect. They had an effect. They didn't drain him, like he didn't get
I
tired off of them. But I
uh,
think they were scoring blows. They were scoring shots. If you're throwing a little soft ass jab, I'm gonna score the harder body shot every time, not just in this fight. Me, I always score body shots like I feel that they should be scored. I feel like they get neglected in scoring a lot of the times. Um, but if I was a judge, I'll be one of them judges that scores body shots as well as a clean jab or hook. If you hit me with a clean jab and I hit you with a solid uppercut to the body, to me the uppercut outweighs the jab. I know that the jab might look more impressive on the scoring and this and that, but to me a harder body shot is just as impressive, if not more, than a clean jab or a straight. But you know, every judge has his little styles and what they see in fighters
yeah.
in fights. So I mean, I'm open to making it 5 judges, right? I mean, what would be the problem with making it 5 or 7? So you get more of a spectrum to choose from as opposed to just 3 guys or girls, right? I mean, bigger
Mm-hmm.
sample size means should be less controversy theoretically. You go to 5 to 7, go to 5. Make it a little bit more hopefully make it a little bit less, I don't know. I think it might smooth things out a little bit, possibly take away some of them controversies. But we'll see. I mean, that's an option I would throw out there. So other boxing news, not too much other than that, I believe. We got some big fights. Inoue and Fulton coming up, and Tiafimo and what's your boy's name? Damn, I just fucking blanked on him. Uh, Josh Taylor. Josh
Oh,
Taylor.
that should be
That's
good.
gonna
Yeah.
be a big fight. Because it's gonna set up a lot of things at 140. If Haney moves up to 140, you could see him taking on the winner of that, or maybe the loser of that. A lot of the fighters from 135 are moving up now, so you have Raleigh going up there at 140. You got Ryan Garcia up at 140, and you're gonna have Haney potentially at 140 to go along with Tiafimo who moved up to 140, and then you already had Josh Taylor there. You got Regis Progress at 140 as well. So there's some good fights to make, and this fight coming up, I think it's in June, mid June, is going to shake out some things, and you're going to see. We'll get a clear picture of what the future is at 140, depending on who the winner is. Because if you get a Tiafimo win, which I think Josh Taylor would win, but if somehow you get a Tiafimo win, then you could be looking at potentially Tiafimo and Devin Haney. I know they got bad blood. They talk a lot of shit about each other, so that would be a nice fight to have. Or if Tiafimo were to lose, I think you could be looking at Ryan Garcia if he gets past Raleigh going at Tiafimo. So there's some good fights to make up there at 142, 135, 140, 147 are going to be three golden divisions in boxing for the next, uh, you know, 3 to 5 years. You got some real good
Hmm.
talent. Boxing making a comeback. I never thought it really died. So I think it's got a lot of potential there to make some big fights happen. Get some younger fans in there. Ryan
Hmm.
Garcia. I don't like him. I think he's a sucker, but he does bring that new audience. We talked about it on here,
Yeah.
the new bloods, the crossover, the young breezies, the young kids, the
Yeah.
YouTubers, the Jake Paul fans.
The TikTokers,
So
you
I
know.
mean, the TikTokers, yeah. So I mean, that's good
Oh shit.
in that
Yeah.
aspect. But yeah, we'll be tuning in with some more TDC in the next coming weeks
Hmm.
and in the months. Maybe get some special guest appearances. E Major, get him to come back for an episode or two.
Yeah. He made you what's up. Come through.
But yeah, let's go back to the bastard verse. Let me switch it back up. Back to the bastard verse. And we're back in the bastard verse.
All right.
Real quick, what else we got? Damn, we went longer than I thought we would. But
Yeah. For real.
I guess just did we have anything else I wanted to get to? How we pretty much touched on everything. Let's just get to what we're watching, I guess, real quick, and then get out of here.
Hmm.
DJ Envy and now
Rick
he's beefing with
Ross.
Gunplay and
Uh,
Rick Ross, and they're on some drama king shit,
yeah. All right. All right.
some beefs.
Some beefs.
What we're watching, I haven't been watching too much, honestly.
Hmm.
Um, what did I watch recently?
I've been
Shit, I'm waiting for
watching.
Yellowstone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just been watching some. I've been watching the hoops, watching the playoffs, watching the Giants, the young baby Giants right now with Patrick Bailey, Casey Schmidt, Blake Sable. They got some youngsters right now. They lost today. I believe 2-1 against the Pirates. But the Giants are actually over 500. A lot of predictions had the Giants under 500, but currently the Giants are 20-27, um, which is not. I mean, they've had some injuries. Confronto is playing pretty damn good. Chuck Peterson hasn't been playing. Who's another one that hasn't played? Who else hasn't played? Oh, Crawford just came back from the injury list. So this team needs to get a little bit much healthier. Starting pitching has been pretty all right. Also, relief pitching has been all right. That's what I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of Giants and playoff hoops basketball.
Yeah, I watched. I've been watching that Skinwalker Ranch again. It's still, if it's like them. Seems some of
Is
it
it
be
the
like
Hulu one?
set
Is
up.
the Hulu or the?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Yeah, see,
It's the one from I
the
don't know what channel it's off. I think
yeah, I don't.
History Channel.
Yeah, once you start here, I mean,
But that shit is real. I mean,
it's real, but
it's scripted though. It's
that's a
like the way
lot.
they
Yeah,
be setting it up is
yes,
scripted,
a lot
but
of it.
some of the shit that be happening there
Yeah,
is supposedly real.
yeah. Yeah.
But they do be doing like hella drama and shit. I don't
Yeah,
like
it's
that
hella
part of it. But
scripted. Once I see that, it's like it's
you could tell they be like the way they be talking is like
yeah, yeah.
they have like prompts for them to follow.
Hmm.
But there do be some wild shit there,
Yeah.
so that shit is intriguing to me. I've been
Yeah. Let me
watching that.
see. I've been what's I've been on the I've been hearing a couple of those 411 mysteries here and there. Who's the one? Some oh yeah, some shit on Yosemite and what's the other one?
Yeah, Yosemite is
Yellowstone too.
crazy.
On Yellowstone too.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching. I want to watch that. There's that UFO 411 one.
I watched that
I
one.
gotta.
It's kind of creepy.
You is it? I gotta peep it.
It's kind of creepy. I was like, yeah, it was kind of creepy with the whole with the alien connection.
I've been watching. I started BMF. That's pretty good. I like that. I've been wanting to get on it, but I've been lagging.
Hmm.
So I started that. That's solid. I got to start raising Canaan as well. Not raising Canes, raising Canaan. Uh, and then what was the other one? I watched Evil with the Wife. We watched that. It's on
CBS.
CBS. That's just pretty good. It's kind of weird.
Hmm.
It's like some religious stuff in there, but it's kind of like I don't know. I watched with the wife. It's cool. It
Yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
some
Yeah.
weird shit in there,
Definitely
but
got
it's
it. Yeah,
pretty good. It's like interesting,
yeah.
like some mind provoking stuff in there.
Yeah, you definitely got to get some shows to watch with the wife. Yeah.
So that's we watched that one, and since it went because it was on regular CBS, and then it went to what is it called? CBS, whatever the fuck, whatever the
Paramount.
streaming service is. What is their streaming service called? I don't even know. All
Paramount.
Access, CBS.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is it Paramount? Maybe it's Paramount.
No, that's not Paramount. I did watch that one movie on Netflix with Jennifer Lopez. That was alright.
I didn't see that one.
It was alright.
Um, yeah, there haven't been too much like good shows really. I'm waiting for Yellowstone supposedly coming back. That'll be
July.
sick. I already finished. I finished a lot of shows I was watching. I finished Titans. I finished Snowfall.
Hmm. I
So
got finished
yeah,
Ted Lasso. Got finished that.
yeah. I stopped watching that because I was gonna start watching with the wife because she had heard it was good from one of her
Hmm.
coworkers, and she was like
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty.
mad
It's
that it
good.
started without her and
It's a good
shit.
show.
So I was like, yeah, I'll wait for you. So I'm still on I think the second episode of the second season.
Yeah. I think I'm on the. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on that one. Either second or third.
It's funny. That should be
Yeah.
funny.
It's funny. Yeah.
HBO Max is now just Max. They added
I
some new
haven't.
content.
Yeah. They took out and added some, I believe.
Yeah, they added like some. What is it?
Cooking
It's like
shit. Coke. Yeah. It's like,
yeah, it's like that. The stupid ass Property Brothers. They be on
yeah.
there.
There.
My
Yeah.
wife likes those fucking Larrys. She likes that stupid show. What else is on here? Yeah, they got like headline. What is it? HLN. Shazam. Fury of the Gods is on there now though. You can stream that for free.
For
I gotta
what?
peep that. Shazam. Fury of the Gods is on Max
I
right now.
haven't watched that one. I'm supposed to go watch it in the
I
theaters.
watched
Oh,
Dungeons. Oh, that's what I watched. Dungeons and Dragons last week on That's on the CBS one or Paramount Plus, whatever it's called.
okay.
That's on there for free. It was okay. It was kind
Yeah.
of corny. Like the humor was kind of corny. I say it was like all right. It wasn't
Yeah.
like all that at all.
Yeah.
And then yeah, some more like paranormal shit I'll be watching is that Expedition X. That's on it's on Max. Check that out. HBO Max, whatever Max now.
All
It's with
right.
that one dude from I don't know if you remember that dude Josh Gates. He be having hella shows. That white dude. He be doing he did the Destination Truth back in the day.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
like hella he's like kind of corny funny. He be like going to hella places and like
All
making hella
right.
little jokes and shit.
All
That's just
right.
kind of funny. They got some they do exploring some like paranormal areas and shit like that. I be peeping that. But on the paranormal hypes lately.
Paranormal hypes.
But yeah, HBO Max got some whatever Max got some shit now. They got more added stuff on there to
It's like more
check
TV
out.
shows up. I think like
I've
shows.
heard Succession is good. Have you peeped that yet? I
I
heard
heard
that's
that
kind of
one
good.
was good. Yeah,
I gotta
I've
check
heard a
that out.
lot of people saying that's the show to watch. Yeah, I
I wish they would
haven't
come out with
really
the second season of The Outsider. That shit was sick too.
The Outsider. What was that
Remember
one
the
about?
one with Jason Bateman and the Stephen King horror on HBO?
Oh, with the
The
Kukui,
little
whatever.
Kukui, yeah.
Yeah, And that shit was kind of creepy, but there were some episodes I was like, oh shit. It was good though.
Yeah, yeah, that shit was sick.
Oh yeah, when he was possessing to people, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah.
good. That
Well,
was
I
good.
thought they were gonna come out with season 2, but I guess not. We got Spider-Verse coming out this week too.
I'll probably be tuned in. I'll probably go watch that on Thursday. Little Leo's juiced. Oh yeah, shout out to all the graduates, class of 2023. Shout out.
Yeah, for sure. My daughter's gonna be graduating next week
Yeah. And then
from just from elementary to middle.
yeah, little graduated from high school. My nephew graduated from middle school today. So yeah, a lot of
Shout out to
graduations
the
going on.
graduates.
Yeah, class of 2023. Shout outs to y'all.
Where you at on Rick and Morty? Have you watched it?
I
I
was
think
on
I'm only on the second season. It got kind
second
of like
season, second or third episode. I thought it was funny, but then I was like, the humor was a little bit too dark. I thought it was funny though, but I was just like,
the
eh,
dad hella annoys me.
the dad.
Jerry
But
is
it's
hella
funny
annoying.
though. It's funny.
It's funny, but I guess I got to give it a little bit more chance.
Yeah.
I heard they do some multiverse shit later on.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was on it. I was big on it that first season. I watched that shit a lot. A lot. I watched a couple. I repeated. I think I watched the season one like hella times, and then when it was ready to watch season two, saw a couple episodes and eh. I'm like that now. There's a lot of shows up like I'm hella
I
juiced
be
to watch
falling
it,
asleep on shows
and
too,
then I
bro. I
just
can't
fall
even front.
asleep. I just be falling asleep. It's like
You're gonna
I haven't finished Mandalorian. I still haven't watched. I finished. Was it House of Dragons? I'm like hella shows. I'm like halfway through.
The Flash is done. The TV show.
Lil Leo's been on
Um,
that. He been on it.
they said it was. I heard it was the. I heard the ending was hella weak. I didn't watch it yet. I'll probably just skip to the last
Mhm.
episode and watch that. But I heard it was hella weak. The other Flash is coming out in the movie theaters. I'm amped for that.
Yeah,
Spider Verse. Are you gonna peep the Transformers? I think that shit might be all right.
I like the trailer. I mean, it's one of those movies like oh shit, the trailer kind of hooks you. Um, and I just want to peep out the whole Dinobots. I remember watching the Dinobots as a kid. Um, and yeah, I think little Leo already said he wants to go watch it. So since he's out of school, summertime is coming. You definitely got to hit the theaters.
Get out of
I
the
mean,
heat
it's good
too. Get
too.
some AC.
Yeah,
Get some popcorn. Have an
yeah,
icy cherry.
yeah. So this
Uh,
is a good week too, because like this week is Spider Verse. I think next week is the Transformers, and then the following week is Flash. So 3 weeks of
yeah.
like some good movies
But then
coming
it
out.
kind of falls off though.
I think Blue Beetle comes out in August. That's another movie that Lil has already told me that he wants to go watch. He's been hype on the GC lately. He's been hype. And he's
Yeah,
already asked me too if we were gonna go watch that with Ray Doomzilla. Uh, he's like, "Are we gonna go watch it with the fellas?" I was like, "I'll see what's up."
I'm down. Tell him. Tell
Yeah,
him. My schedule is weird, so. Are they really releasing the Indiana Jones movies in theaters?
I
Thought
want to
about taking my
watch.
daughters.
Okay, that one I believe that's another movie that he was juiced to watch, and I gotta watch the old ones. Kind of like lightweight,
Yeah,
forgot about them.
I forgot a lot of shit in there.
Yeah, I need to rewatch them. And it was
But they got them on
they
fuck, what
don't
is it?
they don't even
I
have it
think
on
it's on
Disney. It's on Paramount.
Paramount
Yeah.
or Peacock, one of the two.
Nah, it's not on Peacock. I would look. See, I thought it was on Disney because I thought Disney. Remember,
It was for
Disney
a
got the
minute.
rights, yeah. And then I believe it got moved to Paramount because and even that I don't even know Paramount Plus. That was hella
Yeah.
shit.
Everything's plus. They all bit Disney with the plus,
Yeah,
man.
I did watch
Uh
Ant-Man. Watched it. Thought it was cool. Watched it
I
again.
liked it. I liked
Yeah, I
it.
thought it was
I didn't
cool.
watch it again yet. I'm gonna watch it again.
I'll watch it again.
Supposedly, like they were saying at the end of when he's doing that little walk down the street, it's like a different universe. That was one theory.
I think so. That's what they were saying. I
Yeah,
think.
like that.
I
That's
remember.
like a
I
different
think
because it was like
Rachel's.
some
Yeah,
little different little variations and like
something's different. Yeah.
so like I don't know what happened, but something got fucked up with the timeline
Yeah.
probably. Where he went into it when they came out into a different
To
universe or something.
another
Multiverse.
multiverse. Yeah. I think Ray Doomsday was talking about that. But I watched it. It was cool.
Yeah, so you're right. It is on Paramount Plus, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, see, I get some other shit.
I think I like the third one the best. That was good with Sean Connery in it. That
I
one's kind of
remember that.
cool.
See, I hell remember that
Because I
one.
was too young for the other
Yeah,
two,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but they were good too. I remember dude ripped the heart out in that cave or some shit. He like
Yeah,
ripped dude's heart out.
yeah,
He was like
and it
sacrificing people
yeah,
and shit.
and then it has to do with the
Beef with the
Nazis and all
Nazis.
that.
Yeah.
The cult, and I mean some of that shit. I mean with shit, the one that
The
I've
Ark
been
of Covenant,
the Ark Covenant, all that shit. This is like some real shit that
Holy
you
Grail.
guys were looking for. The Holy Grail, all that. Um, the cup and all that shit. So definitely
You
I want
chose
to.
poor.
Yeah, I want to watch the old ones because I hella remember the one with Sean Connery. I thought that was a good one because I
Yeah, they're
remember.
playing in the theaters on I think on June 7th. I was gonna take my kids, but I gotta work that night, so I
Okay,
was like, "Fuck, I'll just
I
watch them
might.
on
Then
Plus."
I guess I might get Paramount Plus. I think it was like what $4, but shit, that's
I don't
another
even know how
extra
much. I pay
streaming.
so much money for all these fucking streaming
Yeah.
services, but I'm
Another
gonna
thing,
stick with Hulu instead of YouTube TV, I think.
and I don't know are these also these streaming sites are they going to get NFL games? Because I heard a lot.
Yeah, they
I
do have
heard
NFL,
I heard a
but they're not
lot of
gonna
these.
have them. They just have, like, the regular
Yeah,
like,
they're gonna.
on Paramount Plus, they get the regular games you're gonna get on your cable
Okay. Okay. So
and
you're not getting
broadcast
anything
them.
that's out of market then.
Quality's not that good, though. At least last year it wasn't.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with the fucking Sunday ticket.
You might get this
Holy
YouTube.
bread, blood. I don't know.
I'll just watch the links, fuck it.
I mean, somebody did say it's kind of. I mean, I was reading in Twitter. Somebody said it was kind of made sense. Maybe just get the red zone check, the red zone. I mean,
Yeah.
because we get the low. I mean, because we're gonna get the Niner game no matter what.
So you're not gonna be watching that all them other games anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
But the morning games, all the morning games be popping. They
that's
be
what I'm saying. The red. That's why you got the red zone. I mean, usually that's what I keep it on the Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock. I just got the red zone on, and then something's popping. You're gonna be watching highlights. I think I might just get that,
yeah.
and then just stick with the Niner game.
And then we got to figure out if we're gonna do the fantasy league or not. I don't know. There was drama last year.
I got one of my boys has seen it. He said he's ready. Told him
Maybe
about
we
it.
should boot Womack because he don't even
Uh,
fucking do his lineups. He be pissing everybody
yeah.
off.
What should we do is hit up on Discord, see if anybody wants to get on. Hit up
Rob,
on.
Rob said I think he got 2 people, so we should be able to
We should. I think we
full
should.
12 because I know we lost 2 people last year. There
Yeah.
was a bunch of fucking drama, so much drama that I thought of just canceling it this year. But I know people are. Rob wants to do it. He's
I'm
amped up.
down. My boy that was on it.
Womack though, man, Womack be bullshitting on.
Yeah. My boy that joined this year, he said he's down. And then I got my other boy. I told him about him. And he's like, yeah, let me know. I'm ready. And
It just I got to deal with a bunch of bullshit if it goes sideways, and then I gotta
I mean,
like last year was a
yeah,
headache.
I would do. I
I had
mean,
motherfuckers texting me hella mad about Womack not doing his lineup,
yeah,
costing playoff spots, and then
yeah.
other dude quit in the middle of the season, and then we had the fucking
Oh, that
and then we
Bills
had the
KC game.
fucking Josh
Bill,
Allen game,
yeah, that was
Bengals. Man, as a
KC. Yeah,
commissioner, that shit was a bitch.
yeah, yeah. But
I just ended up splitting the pot between the top 3. I was like, it's not worth it. It's gonna be
yeah,
too much drama, you know.
yeah,
How you gonna just punish somebody who didn't have their fucking best players playing
yeah,
and then be
yeah,
like, oh, somebody I heard arguments like, oh, if somebody gets hurt, and it's the same thing. I'm like, but they didn't get hurt. Like they didn't get hurt. So how can you be like, no, we're
yeah,
just not gonna count that?
yeah,
I was thinking of just doing like the averages of the like Josh Allen or whoever was playing in that game, Burrow,
yeah.
for the season. But I just said
It was a huge game. That's what
the least
that's
headache is to just split the pot from the top
yeah,
3.
yeah.
Made the most sense for me as the commish. So
Good
that's
shit.
the
Good
route
shit.
I got fucked over. I left the league because of drama of one of the cats that was on our league.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I
I
left
mean,
that league.
we handled our shit. You know what I'm saying? We paid out. You know, the winners and all that. So there was no problems with that. And like I said, I do got an extra person that wants to hop on. So if you don't want to let
I think
Womack in,
Will said he wants to be in too.
yeah. See, I think we have enough people.
We got to just sit down with Womack and be like, "Are you gonna take it serious? Like, at least
Yeah.
do your lineups, bro. Like,
Yeah. I don't know.
set
Like
an alarm
yeah. I mean, he's showing us
because
like
that shit does be
he's
making
showing
weight.
us today. You know, he's not really taking it serious
Not
with
committed.
not sniping, not even jumping a comment, nothing, not even getting us out a shout out on Twitter. So therefore, It's gonna.
If anybody wants to get in the league, we'll put you on a waiting list and see if we can get a slot. If we have any open slots open, people be
I think we
dipping,
should be
and
good. I think we should be
I
good.
think we'll have a full league. But yeah, maybe if Womack's spot is up in the air right now. I'm serious because he be like he don't even do his he'll have like 4 people on a buy and not even doing his lineup, and that's like damn.
That's a sure win for me. I mean,
And I even text him the night before and be like, do your
yeah,
lineup.
yeah, 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 yeah. That is
And
true.
even in the morning, I'll be like, did you line up? And he don't
I
respond. I'm like,
forgot. I
damn,
forgot.
blood.
Yeah, that's
Why are
true.
you
That
even
is
playing?
true.
So I mean, I want him in there, but he be fucking off.
He fucking shit up. That is true. That
We'll
is
see.
true.
We'll see. Hopefully he gets his shit together.
Get your shit together, woman. Get your
The
shit
Jordan
together.
Poole of this podcast.
Yeah.
But on that note, let's get the fuck out of here. One more reminder that if you like our content, if you think you know somebody who would like our content from the Bay, in the sports, in the movies, in the podcast in general, shoot our name around. We'd
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Yep.
Get the algorithm popping, get us a little more notoriety. If you like what we bring to the table, honesty and authenticity. We don't fuck
Keeping it
around.
real. Keeping it
Keep it
real. You know
real.
what I'm saying?
And we have our unique perspectives, but we're not pros. We're not you know
We're just some bastards who watch
some
games.
bastards who
We watch a lot of
drink, watch
sports.
games, talk shit, and
Eat wings.
watch it with
Drink
you
beer.
guys. And maybe we'll do some like live streams during games and fights. It's hard to do that because we all got families, but that's
Yeah.
something we've been trying to do. Get a little where we watch the games with y'all on the stream or some shit like that. That would be tight. Maybe once in a while. Maybe do a one game a year. We'll do a Thursday night, so it doesn't matter that much.
Do a
But yeah, we're
preseason
gonna
game. Maybe
some shit like that.
easy.
Um,
Easy.
so yeah, if you like our shit, you like what you see, you like what you hear, you like the aesthetics of this show, give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because we do come on random times and get our content out there to the people. On that note, we're going to take off. Make sure you like, subscribe on all of our platforms. Follow us on Twitter, Discord, all that good stuff. It'll be on this last little video outro here. And on that note, we're going to get out of here. Episode 101, Highway 101, and we're out. Peace.
101. Late.
Late. Let me pull up the video first. Shit. There we go.